know what just happened. Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh. So I thought I had my seltzer over on, I thought I drank it actually. Hold on a minute. I thought I drank my seltzer, this one right here. And then I saw it on a coaster over there on that table, and I'm thinking, okay, Luke's at a sleepover birthday party. He's not home. Jimmy doesn't drink this seltzer, and so that's got to be my seltzer, right? And Ethan wouldn't have drank it and left it there. And it was just about full. And I just took a sip, and it wasn't seltzer. It was some kind of iced tea. So somebody filled up a can with some kind of iced tea, and earlier Jimmy said, I don't know where my tea is. Now, why he would put his tea in a can, but I don't even understand what, but when you're expecting seltzer and it's like some kind of sweet tea that you don't like, oh my gosh, okay. That was gross. Okay. So sorry about that. So today we spent a lot of time going through Sarah Boone discovery that was sent to me right from the district attorney in that county. And whenever I get discovery, I go head first into it. I can't get enough of it. And I had to pace myself. But we listened to quite a bit. And then I put up the cell phone videos, and I actually took them off the mature setting because you know why? I checked out some other networks, law networks and stuff that had them up, and they didn't have them on the mature setting. So I took them off. I think the warning I have on the front of it suffices, so I took that off. And what was the other thing? I also put up the entire interview, and I hope that you listened to it. It was in a premiere, and I was there for most of the time. But then I had to help Jimmy with some shipping because we got a lot of stuff out today, okay? And I can't see if anyone is chat. Like, I can't see the chat yet. So let me just go over here to the chat. So, there we go. So let me see and say hello right now. So hi Alicia Bisso, hi Debbie D, hi Debbie L, hi Farm Wife, hi GB, hi Kevin Leonard, hi Larky, hi Liza Ward, hi, who's that? Mandeli? I can't see, I'm sorry, this is so small, I can't see your name. Hi Margot K, hi Robbity Bob, hi Tracy B. Maybe if I go and look at it on YouTube or something, I just can't make this any bigger. And it's, oh, maybe if I, why don't I try my glasses? They're really dirty. Okay. My gosh, they are so dirty. They actually have like, hold on a sec. Hi, Aurora. You just finished watching it? Okay. So, what did you guys think of her interview? Hi, Ed's Bank. What did you guys think of her interview? What did you guys, okay, what did you guys think of the suitcase? I wish you could come on panel. You can come on panel, but hi, Kevin Leonard. What did you guys think of the suitcase video? So that's let me get that name there. Maydel Morales, welcome. She's a nut job, Margot K says. She's a nut job. The suitcase videos gave me serious claustrophobia and made me hate that woman. Okay, Tracy B, and I'm going to ask a serious question. Hey, Peridot Eyes, how good? So, you know, I was just thinking of you today I was thinking about your wedding. I'm trying to remember what made me think of your wedding. I was like, oh, Paradise's wedding is coming right up. I was thinking about something, and I swear to you, Paradise, you came right to my mind. It was something about a wedding, and I said, oh my gosh, it's her wedding is coming right up here. And seriously, and then here you are tonight. Isn't that crazy? It's so good to see you. How's it going with all the wedding planning? How many weeks now? Is it like 3 weeks now? So exciting. I know, I'm freaking out. Oh, I bet you're freaking out. Yeah. How long are you staying in Honduras? Robity bob. I'm only an hour into the interview and it's all so disturbing. It is, right? And I don't want to say, I'll give you my thoughts in a second. Kevin, I was going to ask something along those lines. Could have been an accident, just thinking. Thanks so much for thinking of me. I've been here in the replays. I think I leave in 5 weeks. Oh, I thought it was earlier than that because I thought maybe. Okay. And then how long are you staying there? Hi, Historic Publishing. I asked you to cover this case a few weeks back, but never knew if you saw the repost in chat. Glad you picked it up. Oh, thanks, Big Historic. Yeah, someone asked me too recently, and I said, yeah, I will, definitely, because we did cover it when it happened in the news, but now that I have the discovery, you know me, Historic, right? I'm like a dog with a bone. You're closing the store so I can totally relax and take it all in. Okay, and how long are you staying? Okay, Kevin kind of believes her. Okay, well, listen. Here's what I'm saying. Could it be that we know they had a volatile relationship? We hear it from her ex-husband that she was stabbed in the leg with a steak knife and she had bruises and they were both alcoholics and all kinds of stuff like that. So the only thing I want to ask, Kevin, is that does anyone think, okay, I'm not saying but let's just say she was really pissed off. Okay, well, she already hit him with the baseball bat or whatever it was she used to hit him, okay? She didn't have any marks on her. So it wasn't but we don't know verbally if he said anything. In the suitcase, he sounds very meek, right? Just Sarah. I don't believe that they were playing hide and seek. I don't know how she got him to get into the suitcase. But what if, and I'm not saying she wasn't vindictive and mean, what if she was being really mean, right? Okay, here's what I want to say. You know when some people go like this, that's it, pull the car over, I'm getting out, right? You see this in movies all the time. We've heard people say it on this panel, that they get out and they expect their partner not to leave, not to drive off, right? But to be like, get back in the car, stop being silly. What if, these kind of, I'll teach you a lesson, I'll give you a scare, those kind of things, right? So could it be that she was thinking like, you know what? You really pissed me off. You did this, you did this, you did this. Now they're drunk, okay? She puts him in a suitcase and says like, I'm going to teach you a lesson. Right? I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's mean, it's nasty, it's not good. Shouldn't do it. But let's just say she thought, I'm going to teach you a lesson. Uh-oh, you can't hear me or something? Hang on. Hold on a minute. I gotta go see. Oh, I think it's Michael. Hold on a minute. I gotta get this phone. I'll be right there. I just heard a bunch of sirens. I hope everything is okay. And we never hear sirens around here at all. Hold on. Hello? Hello? Not much. What's up? Yeah, sure. You going to Philadelphia? What? Wait, say it again. You broke up. All right, at Lagos. Okay, and you're going to Philadelphia? For what? For how long? Oh, okay. All right, why are you going there? What's there?
This is the closest place around. I think that has some cool stuff to see that you do in one day.
Oh. All right. All right, love you. All right, bye-bye. Okay. Sorry, so we're babysitting for Roman tomorrow. They're going for a day trip. So, okay, sorry about that, guys. So, let me get back to what I was saying. So, could it be she's being nasty, she's being this, she's being that? Okay, I get that. But then she's got, I'm going to teach you a lesson, blah, 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 blah. She goes upstairs to scare him. She figures, I'll lay down in the bed for 5 minutes, and let's just say she seriously falls asleep. Does anybody think that could be a scenario, or do you think 100% she wanted him to die in that suitcase? I'm just wondering, let me see, I have to go on to the, I have to go onto YouTube because I cannot read this chat. And on here I can make it larger. I'm wondering about that. She seemed to revel in his agony while he begged. There is also a post on her Facebook where she put her child in a suitcase as well before this occurred. Really? Because she was saying with those investigators she wouldn't have done this. She left him in a suitcase and then was worried about her anxiety in a small holding cell. Well, yeah, we'll get to that, all that, yeah. You felt like she was being fun and playful, and then once she got him in there, she was like, I got you where I want you kind of thing. Right, but Peridou, do you think she just wanted to make him squirm, so to speak? Maybe she felt a little bit of power over him, okay? Because sometimes people can be like that. Like if they're scaring somebody, if they see somebody scared, okay, they get like they get power. Oh wow, I've got this person scared. They feel powerful. And she might have felt like she got him where she wanted him, like you said, but do you think she just went upstairs to scare him and meant to come back down? Hi, Sunkissed. That's what I'm saying. Could she have been drinking? Could she have been tired, just laid down, fell asleep, and was like, oh, crap. Hi, Isabel. Hi, Gone with the Wood. It is crazy. I heard that they had a bottle and a half. That's correct, Kevin. But do you think... Sorry, I forgot I was on this channel. Oh, that's okay, Gone with the Wind. What does it matter? Doesn't matter to us. You kind of believe her at the moment. She was hoping he would die and then claim, oops, I was only playing. You think so, Deborah? Woman accused of leading boyfriend to die in suitcase after game of hide and seek. Once posted photo of child zipped in suitcase on Facebook. Huh. Well, maybe she said, oh, you know what? So and Lucas fit in this suitcase. I wonder if it was the same suitcase. I think she knew he was still in the suitcase when she woke up. Well, yeah, right. But do you think she thought, like, oh gosh, I forgot to get him out? You asked your husband to get in his suitcase and wanted to see if he fit. He said, I don't think so. It was a power trip gone wrong, you think, Senkist? You do believe she did it on purpose, but I don't think she thought about death. You thought, Debbie, you thought that she thought she would wake up in the morning and he would still be alive in there? And wanted to keep torturing him, but thinking he was still alive, probably. If she would have gotten out, you think he would have looked at jobs on his computer? He would have been raging. I would not have thought that he would smother in the case as well if there was a small gap. He was most likely drunk as well, and maybe he had a sickness as well. He was screaming he couldn't breathe, Deborah said. I'm just wondering where the defense is going to go on this. Are they going to say, is the defense going to say, look, she was an abused woman? But see, if she was an abused woman, how come he's the only one that has the marks on him? And yes, I know they could have emotional abuse, of course. You just hollered to Gary. He said the inside of the suitcase. He's comfortable right now. Oh, okay. Hi, Dingbat. They were both volatile. I'm just so confused about that. I'm confused about it. I don't know. Now, if you want to know my thoughts on the interrogation, I'll tell you my thoughts on the interrogation. On the interrogation, I feel it was all about her. She didn't care at all. She had, see, this is where she loses me. Okay, this is where, if, let's just say, in someone with a conscience, if there was a terrible mistake and you wake up and your partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your spouse is dead in the suitcase, you would think you would be beside yourself, right? And you would say, oh my gosh, this is a game that went wrong. You would be upset. You would be talking about that person. And in the interview, I just heard her about, like, you guys are killing me, which I thought was, she said that at least twice, which, you guys are killing me. No, you killed somebody in a suitcase. She didn't want to look at the video, couldn't look at it. You know, I can't look at it. I haven't slept, and now I'm not going to sleep tonight. You know, I mean, what are you guys assuming about me? What do you think about me? You're thinking that I did this on purpose, but it really wasn't the kind of reaction where you see remorse. So then I'm thinking, hi, Nona May, really, I'm thinking, okay, I don't see that reaction from her. So I don't think she forgot him there. She was definitely there. And yeah, she was things she had to do, right? Oh, I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to do this. I'm never going to drink again. Alcohol is so bad. That blamed it on the alcohol. She blamed it on everything but herself, right? She didn't take any responsibility in it. It was the alcohol. It was this. It was that. What do you mean I don't have any marks? Okay, I don't have any marks. So what is that supposed to mean? She is so, I mean, it's like the dad that left his child in the car and then committed suicide because he was racked with the guilt of doing that. You would think, granted it wasn't her child, but you would think you would see remorse. She was trying to cover her image, right? Oh, what are you telling his parents? Oh my gosh, they're going to think I did this, What did his parents say? If you had done, right, you'd be like, oh my gosh, what the heck, right? How could this happen? Right? I went upstairs for 5 minutes. I was going to come down. But she doesn't even say that. She doesn't say she was going to come back down in 5 minutes and open him up. Right? She just says he could have his little fingers out and there was a space and she thought he would get out and come upstairs. She doesn't say, I was going to go back down in 5 minutes. I didn't hear her say that at all. Right? She didn't say that. She just said, I thought he would come up to bed. She hid in the shower and he didn't come find her. And asking about the funeral. Yeah, exactly. Oh, and then worrying about the engagement ring, right? Well, what about the engagement ring? I bought it. Oh, great. I'm never going to get that back now. Right? She was really upset about that engagement ring. So, Kevin, as much as I want to say, could it have been a tragic accident? There's things that, you don't believe there's much of a defense. Maybe if she had not filmed it, but she pretty much proved her intention. You don't think they were playing hide and seek? I don't think so either. I think she said, let me see if you fit inside there. Yeah. They were donating it. So maybe she could have said something like, oh, it would be funny if I brought this suitcase to the place where we're donating it and you were inside it and then you jumped out. Let me see if you would even fit inside there. You try it and then I'll see if I fit in there. Her thought process a little mental, yeah. Can you claim temporary insanity for being too drunk? No, I don't believe so. Not temporary. So do you want to listen to some audio interviews? And let me say, if this doesn't work here, I'll run home and do it. But we'll try it. I think it'll be fine because it's audio interviews. Let me pull them up, all right? Oh, Debbie Swanky, if you're listening to me, I got your small novel that you wrote me. Thank you. I'm almost finished reading it, and I unblocked one of your profiles, so it's the one that with 3 names. Okay, that's the only one I could find. All right, let me go over here. Now, where did this go? Okay. Next page. I was like thrilled to find this in my inbox this morning. I was like jumping out of bed at 7 a.m. Okay. All right, so let's listen to the audio interviews. We listened to the audio interview Sarah, we did, right? We listened to just the audio of her, and we listened to the audio of her boyfriend. So let's listen to someone, Melissa Sexton. Okay, I'm going to put that on and make sure that you can hear it.
Today's date is February 26, 2020. The time now is approximately 12:05 hours. This is in reference to Orange County case number 20-017904. I'm currently located at
I'm going to fix it, guys. I have to
4704
put on the right.
Lucier, Fort Winter Park, Florida 32792. I am here with my partner, Detective Scott Long, with the Orange County Sheriff's Office. And can you state your name?
Melissa May Sexton.
And your birthday?
2/16/80.
You are the property manager of this complex, correct?
Yes.
Hang on one second. I'm going to fix it because it's not on the right. It's not on the desktop.
We had
audio,
Kim
so
in
just
here
hold on.
asking about the tenants, Sarah Boone and George Torres. And they have lived here. You gave us a date of February 9th, 2018.
Correct.
Okay. You had told us that Sarah would confide in you about her and George's relationship. Can you tell us further what she would tell you?
Yes. Sarah, shortly after she moved in with George, she came to the office to talk to me. We noticed bruises and stuff on her, and she asked me if she could talk to me privately and asked how she would be able to get George off of the lease. Is there any way to do that? Which prompted, deeper conversation. She proceeded to let me know and was showing me a lot of bruises and marks. There were handprints, scratches. She even at one point had to go to the hospital. Through multiple conversations that we had, it steadily progressed.
Can you hear me at all?
She had a very large gash at one point in her shin. She had to go to the hospital and get that taken care of. I'm not exactly sure what it.
Let me stop that because I have to get the audio set up on Streamlabs. Can you hear me? Because I'm not seeing that you can hear me now. Hold on. The microphone. Hold on a minute. Let me remove this. You can hear me? For some reason, you can hear me. That is so weird because on here, but you couldn't hear the audio, right? Could you hear the audio? The audio interview? No, right? I don't think you could. I can try it through Zoom. You can hear it? Okay, let me try it through Zoom anyway. I'm going to do a share screen through Zoom, and that way I can use the audio. Then you tell me if you can hear it, okay? Hold on. So okay, we're going to share this. And I'm going to share that and that. Okay, share that. So you should see like a musical sign now. I'm going to go back. Tell me if you can hear this, okay?
Today's date is February 26, 2020. The time now is approximately 12:05 hours. This is in reference to Orange County case number 20-017904. I'm currently located at Tealwood Park Apartments, 4704 Lucier, Fort Winter Park, Florida 32792. I am here with my partner, Detective Scott Long, with the Orange County Sheriff's Office. And can you state your name?
Melissa May Sexton.
And your birthday?
2/16/80.
You are the property manager of this complex, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And We had Kim in here asking about the tenants, Sarah Boone and George Torres. And they have lived here, you gave us a date of February 9th, 2018?
Correct.
Okay. You had told us that Sarah would confide in you about her and George's relationship. Can you tell us further what she would tell you?
Yes. Sarah, shortly after she moved in with George, she came to the office to talk to me. We noticed bruises and stuff on her, and she asked me if she could talk to me privately and asked how she would be able to get George off of the lease. Is there any way to do that? Which prompted, deeper conversation. She proceeded to let me know and was showing me a lot of bruises and marks. There were handprints, scratches. She even at one point had to go to the hospital. Through multiple conversations that we had had, it steadily progressed. She had a very large gash at one point in her shin. She had to go to the hospital and get that taken care of. I'm not exactly sure what it was from, but I think it had to do when they got into a fight outside and something got broke. I think it was one of their wine glasses or something. But, she came to me at one point asking, what do I do? Like, how can I get rid of him? I've never dealt with this type of situation. I just counseled her as she continued to come to me and explained to her that, she had to make a decision if she was going to stay with him or not be with him. If she, was going to try to work things out, they needed to seek out therapy, help, something. It wasn't too long after that last conversation that I found out the police had come and George was arrested. I don't remember about how long it was in between time, but there was another incident after that where they both got arrested, all for domestic. The complaints throughout their whole term, roughly about 20 to 30 noise complaints, fighting, arguing, banging on doors, loud music. It was just always something pertaining to their lifestyle. I do know that I have seen both of them intoxicated as early as 9 o'clock in the morning, and I mean staggering, falling down intoxicated, both of them. There was a noise complaint that I had received about some fighting one day that was going on, and Sarah was actually wandering around the property very drunk, barefoot, not properly dressed, I'll say it like that, sitting on the side of her building over by the retention pond. When I was told about that is when I approached Sarah, sat down, talked to her. I even had also separately went and talked to George and told them that once they had sobered up, I needed to have a meeting with them. The following business day, because this was a Friday, I do remember that, I went to see them Monday, roughly about 12 o'clock. They were sober. They apparently had some epiphany, that they were going to straighten themselves up and start acting right. And they did very good for, basically until now. I haven't gotten any complaints since May of the past year, But up until that point, the complaints were consistent, monthly, always.
Would you ever speak with George by himself? Like, did he ever confide in you about their relationship?
The one time where, like I was just saying, that when I talked to her, she asked me to go talk to him. But she's like, please go put the fear of God in him. Fear of God in him. I'm a very stern property manager. I don't tolerate a whole lot of crap.
Right.
And she knew that, and she seemed scared of him at the time. So I said, sure, no problem, just stay here. I will go talk to him. I went over, sat down, talked to George. I talked to him for about 30 minutes altogether. And, George had explained to me that she was actually the aggressive one. And the reason she ended up with marks is, in my perception of what he was trying to explain is that she's very hands-on, in the face, dramatized in talking and explaining or fussing or whatever they might have been doing.
Right.
And I believe that because Jean, my assistant, doesn't even like to deal with her, would avoid her like the plague, because she was always drunk and she's very hands-on. There was one day, as a matter of fact, it was that same day that I talked to George by himself. She kept grabbing me by the arms to the point that I told her, I said, you touch me one more time, we're going to have a problem. I'm
Right.
either going to contact the police or whatever we need to do. but you can't keep crapping on me. I had asked her several times to quit touching me. And because of that, she would do the same thing to Jean, and Jean didn't like it.
Right.
So, that's what he was explaining to me, is she was always the touchy one, the aggressive one, not that she was hitting him, but she would be like in his face, or she might, push him, or, little things like that. And she would block him from coming out of the room or whatnot, and he would take her and move her. You know what I mean? And just, that's the way he had explained it to me.
Right.
She has told me, even literally to Monday, I have been told by her several occasions that he has drugged her around by the hair of her head. I've been, told about by neighbors. I'm sorry I don't have it anymore, but at one point a tenant actually sent us a video clip via text of them two fighting and beating on each other out in the backyard. There was another complaint incident about a ladder being propped up to the wall that George was using to climb over the wall to try to get back into his apartment, sneaking in and out. There was another night, sorry, I forgot to tell you about this too. I got a call for one of my vacants in building 24, 4724, which is not their building. There was a tent set up on my vacant back porch. And it's apparently where George was sleeping for a couple of nights because she had him out of the house. I have another tenant here who may or may not speak to you, I'm not sure. For that reason, I don't want to give you her name just yet without talking to her, but George and her fighting a different evening had actually wandered into her home. He was so drunk and had no idea where he was, and when she came home, luckily her kids were not there because she's a single mother with 3 kids. George was actually upstairs in her house hollering, looking for Sarah, thinking he was in his apartment. So we've had some incidences with them in that aspect, but nothing has ever been so bad that, I didn't feel that we could resolve the problem. And like I said, we haven't had any issues since May of last year. No complaints, no nothing until this. So we thought, hey, they're doing great. Maybe they fixed their problems. I mean...
Has she come to you since May of any issues?
No.
Okay.
Not one time.
But then, again, you did... basically, they were told you're going to be evicted if there are.
Yes.
So it was kind of like tighten up or get out.
Yeah, it was put up or shut up. I was over it.
Yeah.
If it continued, I was putting them out.
Right.
So...
Did you ever see any marks on George?
No. Not one. Not one. George was a little bit darker skinned.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Would you see George as often as you saw Sarah? Sounds
No.
like Sarah came to you a lot more
Yes.
than. Yeah.
We would always see Sarah as far as... The only time I ever really saw George is the time when we actually got George to sign off the lease.
Right.
And he came to me and said, I can't get back in the house. She's got all my personal paperwork. Because would you please have a conversation with her so that I can get my personal paperwork back from her? He goes, but do you have a set of bolt cutters for my bicycle that's out back? And I said, what's it chained to? And he said, it's actually chained to your AC unit. I said, yeah, no problem. I'll cut the lock. I'll cut the lock for anything attached to my AC unit. It's not supposed to be attached to that.
Right.
So I went out back and actually cut the lock on both of the bike locks because Sarah would not answer the door for me because she knew George was there. Once George was gone, she had actually, because Sarah had my cell phone number, being that I had already went through and just got out of a very abusive relationship, Sarah knew that because, I confided in her and explained that. She did feel a lot more comfortable in coming to me. So I told her if she ever needed someone, or it was an emergency, she could reach out to me and I would do what I could to help her. I felt bad for her. But after a while, when she just kept taking him back, I just told her, I said, you're just going to have to call the authorities. You're on your own. Yeah. It's obvious you don't want it to stop. He's not doing anything to get help according to you, and you just keep dealing with it. I mean, there comes a point where it's just stupidity. But that's the run-ins and incidences that I've had with him. I've never seen a mark on George, and he's never told me that she's hit her at all.
Okay.
But she has told me in front of him that he has hit her and things that he's done, and he was not denying it. He never denied it. So, George and her both expressed to me on many occasions that they knew they needed help. But I'm guessing due to their financial situation, not having any work, probably why they didn't do much.
Right.
When you saw them together, who looked to be like more dominant? I mean, did one seem to be more dominant over the other?
George. George was very confident. You know, he wasn't arrogant or anything. He, for the most part, stayed to himself. Like I said, there are a couple people here that he knew, you know, from, I will say, another life, from Philadelphia. And, you know, George was the one I always seen driving the vehicle. George is the one I always seen playing with the child. You know, never saw Sarah outside playing with her kid, ever. As a matter of fact, most of the time, Lucas, you would find him riding around the property on his bike, unattended. No parents outside, no nothing. Because I had actually had a conversation with Sarah about that. And I said, you know, the kid was a great kid, don't get me wrong, he never did anything to get me in trouble, but it was more my concern for his well-being. You know, when he's all the way riding over here and around some of these corners with the dumpsters, these people don't see nobody, and they sure ain't gonna see no kid on the road. So I had a conversation with her about that, and we haven't had any really problems. I can say I've only seen Lucas on his bike away from her like that twice. She actually had secluded him to stay in front of the building, you know, which was fine. I just didn't want him on the way together. But yeah, you didn't see Sarah out at all. The only time I ever saw her, especially after the incident that took place with Emmett and his ex-girlfriend, it was more like a confrontation that took place in the office. She made an accusation on Emmett saying that he was trying to forcefully, like, I don't want to say rape, but he was trying to push himself on her.
On Sarah?
On Sarah. She made that claim.
Some tenant? A different
Yeah,
tenant?
another tenant that knew George from Philly. And they confronted the two of them. You know, I will say Sarah held her ground when the girl confronted her and asked her and said, you know, don't lie to my face. And Sarah said, yeah, he did. You know, so I was surprised because she knew that girl was over butt. And she's larger than me. So, you know, I was like, oh my gosh, okay, well, maybe there's some truth to that. But it ended up, you know, just fizzling out. It was no big deal. After that situation took place, you really didn't see Sarah too much. She was pretty intimidated. Those two folks are actually a pretty large family that I have living here on site that actually took up 4 units at that time. So the whole family lived here. Yeah. You know, it's a little intimidating. So after that, we really didn't see a whole lot of her.
But before that, they would hang out periodically, you said.
The other two families, no. They just knew each other from back in the day.
Oh, the couple did?
The kids did.
The kids did.
Yes, that's what initially prompted it, and then that accusation was made during that same time.
Okay.
So, and when it comes to the kids on my property, I stay very involved with them. We had some issues with our bus routes and all kinds of stuff, and we had some kid vandalism being done, broken glass bottles. They were pulling glass bottles out of the trash, breaking them, thought it was fun. And one kid told on another, and the parents got involved. It became a little bit of an issue, so I had to get in the middle to squash it, you know. I didn't want anybody fighting on the property or kids getting hurt for that matter. But that's it.
Is there anything else that you think is important for us to know about Sarah or George that we haven't discussed?
I mean, no, I don't. Nothing really. Her nickname's Drunky the Bear. I mean, you know, literally. We know they drank from sunup to sundown.
Would she ever, I know she confided in you a lot, would she ever admit that she was an alcoholic to you?
Yeah.
She would?
Yes.
Okay.
I wish I still had my text messages. I sent it to me on text on many occasions. I know we drink too much and she had told me that George one time had it enrolled in AA and was getting help. Now, brother, that was any truth. I have no idea. A lot of stuff like that I just take with a grain of salt.
Right.
You know, I think she was more concerned about the image that was being put in my head for them, and I think she was just trying to paint a prettier picture.
Right.
Because I will say, it was like a week later, she was drunk. And when we go, you know, inspecting the property and walking around different projects, we do a lot of pressure washing throughout the year. We do that a couple of times. You know, I ride around the back sides of the buildings, checking everything out. We've got a property drainage system back there. You always knew, because you'd ride back there and you'd hear them 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, they're drunk, falling down, cutting up. My God, I can't. Imagine being drunk like that all the time. Jeez.
Okay. Can you raise your right hand for me?
Yes.
Promise and swear everything we've talked about has been true and accurate to the best of your knowledge.
Yes.
Sends are recording 12 to 20 hours.
Okay, so hopefully, can you hear me now? Let me see if you can hear me. Hopefully you can hear me. Let me stop the share on this. Can you hear me now? I don't know if you can. Let me stop this. Go back to the... You can, good, okay. I don't know why it's not showing my microphone over here on this side. But, okay, so they drank a lot, okay? A lot of arguments, coming once a month. We know in the interview, I don't know why it's not showing me now. Let me just see if I can get it to show me. Okay. So, I don't know why it's labeled like that, but whatever. So she's saying that she locked him out. He was in a tent on some other vacant, I guess a patio or something in the back of one of the other vacant townhomes. And that she was even grabbing or pushing whatever the property manager's arms or something, to the point that she said, if you do that anymore, I'm going to call the police. Right? So all of that is kind of strange, right? But what do you think about that? So they have big drinking problems. That she said that she never saw her play with her child Lucas. That George was the one that played with him. They drank from sunup to sundown. They would be seen in the back beating each other up and stuff. Casey, it's crazy, right? So, how easily distracted. So, lots of crazy things. Now, let me just go to the... Hold on, what do you see? What do you see in there? Okay, if I pull up the PDF, I wonder if you'll see it. Let me see here. Where's my PDF? Shut that, and I had the PDF over here, right here. I wonder if I can share this with you. Let me see. What are you saying? You're still okay? So you're just going to see me, I think. Oh boy. Okay, so this was the interview in the. I'm looking in the discovery, the documents, the PDFs. So it says that was Melissa Sexton, and I'm just going to get to just the little synopsis of her interview. On February 26, 2020, at 12:05 hours, Detective Scott Lowen and I conducted an audio-recorded interview with Melissa Sexton, located at 4704 Lucier Court, Winter Park, Florida, and in the Tealwood Park Apartments. The following is a synopsis of Melissa Sexton's sworn recorded statement. Melissa is the property manager for the Tealwood Park Apartments. Melissa stated that Sarah and George Torres Jr. moved into the complex in February on the 9th of 2018, and both parties were on the lease. And Melissa stated that the complex lost two separate tenants that neighbored Sarah and George due to their physically and verbal aggressive relationships. Melissa said from the time that Sarah and George moved in, there had been approximately 20 to 30 verbal complaints in regards to Sarah and George regarding playing music too loud, reportedly loud banging on the front door and arguing and fighting. On May 22nd of 2019, Melissa said she had to sit both Sarah and George down and explain to them if she received one more complaint about them, they would be evicted from the property. Melissa said Sarah confided in her about Sarah and George's relationship. Sarah and George were both alcoholics. Melissa described that she would see both of them drinking as early as 9 o'clock in the morning. Sarah talked to her about her physically abusive relationship, and Melissa would see bruises on Sarah. Melissa did not interact with George as much as she did Sarah. Okay. So that's that one. Now let me go back to this because we have some. Let's see if we can. That's the cell phone video. See what this is video of. Oh, that's the interview. We've already seen that. Okay. I'm not sure what this is.
Lucas, I've been taken to school.
Oh, there's another interview with her. So we can listen. Let me see if I can share this one and it'll show. Let me see. Let me see if it's showing. Where's my Streamlabs? It's not showing yet. Hold on. Let me see. I think I kind of have to. Hold on, I'm going to try to get this for you. Oh, it almost showed up. Hold on. It almost showed up. Let me see. I did this once before. There it is. There it is. I think you'll be able to see it. Hold on. Now if we can just get our audio to work, right? Okay, let's see. Let me move it along here. Where is it? Okay, let's see. Here they come. Okay. There's no sound yet, okay? Play it. Now there is. Make sure you can see it. Oh good, I think you can see it. Oh look, we're managing with one laptop. What do you freaking know? Let me just make sure you can hear, okay? Can you hear this? I mean, there's not a lot of sound yet. But you can see it, right? And can you, it's going to be another interview with her. Oh, for some reason, why is it doing that? It's okay, hold on, let me fix this. Let me see if I can make it better than that. Hold on. Projector output. Let me try to fix this. Hold on. Just hold on. Now you're only seeing a little bit. Let me go.
Hey, can you do me a favor if you're not busy tomorrow? Are you here tomorrow? You mind just checking my directs and put it in my desk? Can you get a minute?
Hold on a minute, guys. I don't know why it's doing that now. Hold on. All right, let me figure out if I can do this. Hang on. Window capture. How come it didn't give me the... Let's do zoom. Okay. Let's see. I'll figure it out. Let me stop the share for a second and see if I can just go to the window capture. Not that. We can do that. No, we don't want that. We want to go to screen capture, but not that. We want to go to, let me see. Where's the, no. I'll figure it out. Hold on, I will. Alright, let me figure this out. Thought we were just seeing it perfectly.
I'm gonna have you sit in the green chair that doesn't move. Appreciate you coming in.
Yes, ma'am. I want to ask you about these whenever we have a moment.
Sure. So obviously, he received his autopsy. So I'm going to read you your rights again because we have to talk about that. And since I'm talking about the incident, we just have to do it, just like we did yesterday. Just like we did yesterday. Remember I read you the rights?
Yeah.
Your rights? Yeah. So it's the exact same thing, but since I'm asking you follow-up questions, I need to read them to you, okay?
Sure.
All right, so you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say may be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer before and during questioning without charge. If you cannot afford a lawyer and want one can be provided for you before questioning without charge. Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to talk to me?
No.
And do you understand what I just read you?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So this morning we went to his autopsy.
Can you see it now? I don't want to
and
click off this.
We
Can
were
you see it?
informed of some injuries that he has by the doctor. So I want. So he's got scratch marks to his back.
I know what that's from.
Okay. And it's called a contusion. Do you know what a contusion is? So like basically you're getting hit and then you get a mark from it. You'll get bruising. Like someone hit you or something like that. It's called a.
You know what I think this
So we
is? You
had
can
some
see
injuries
it.
to his left shoulder.
I'm wondering,
We had,
is this the
he had
same
cut me with
interview
the
but
foot.
just a different
He had
angle?
his,
Well, let's
his
watch it a
mouth
little
was
bit from
I
this
haven't laid a
angle.
hand on him.
Okay.
Also, too, he fell off my son's bike,
Okay.
so I don't know. And he's notorious for running into the wall or the
Okay.
hall tree. So
Okay. What about the scratches? Because there's also sex.
Yes.
Okay. Because there's also like a scratch on like the back of his
Her
neck.
coughing makes me
Like kind of
nervous
like going, but
too.
it's like going
Yes.
straight across.
I have no idea what that's from.
And they're all recent. Like they occurred recently. It wasn't something that occurred post or that occurred a week ago or 2 days ago.
It's a
3 days
different
ago.
angle,
They
though,
definitely
Kevin.
occurred, the night
Let's
leading
watch
up
it a little
to
bit
when
from
we-
this
In
angle.
all honesty, we have not gotten into it.
Okay.
That's why, like, the only thing I thought you guys were going to ask me about, which I was going to be honest with you anyway, are the scratch marks on his back.
Mhm.
Everything else, I have no idea what it is.
Is everybody okay with watching
No
a little bit
idea
of this from this
What
angle?
it is. Nonetheless, I've had my son over at the house too, so,
Well, your son was there when? When was he last there?
oh gosh.
Goodbye, Tammy.
From my understanding, he was there like last Tuesday.
I don't know if it was Tuesday, but yes, he was there last week, so.
Well, we're talking about Sunday.
Yeah.
We're just talking about what occurred Sunday. Because like I said, the injuries they occurred within that time period.
So you're talking about day before yesterday?
Sunday leading into Monday. You called us yesterday at 1, so, but the incident, you guys were painting and stuff the night prior.
Correct.
So we're talking about Sunday? And then
That's
into
why
Monday.
I'm thoroughly confused, because we had a good time sitting on the back porch, having wine, and smoking a couple of cigarettes, and then decided to go inside and literally paint, do puzzles, and play, and listen to music. That's why nobody got out of sorts. This is what's mind-blowing to me. Like, I have no clue. Nobody laid a hand on anybody.
He also had, like on the left side of his forehead, he had basically bruising, and on like his head and skull,
I have no idea.
as if something hit him.
I
Consider
have not
force
touched him.
trauma.
I have not touched him. I have not touched him.
How would you get those injuries?
Tell me and we'll both know. I have not touched him.
Yesterday, when we took photographs of your overall body, and they did the buccal swabs, did they go under your fingernails?
No.
Okay. Are you willing to let us
Absolutely.
swab underneath your fingernails?
Go for it.
Okay.
I have no idea, and I don't want to seem out of sorts, but I have no idea. We had a good day. It was a good day. We've had good days lately, even considering everything that's going on with our jobs and life in general and ex-wives and everything. It's been good. Like, I don't even know where this is coming from.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
said
even
the
know.
last physical was probably, you said, I think, what, a month ago? Where you got the injury, right? You said that was
I'll
a
say
month
a
ago?
few weeks, give or take, yeah.
A few weeks. That was the last, like, physical altercation between the two of you? You said a month ago he hit you with a curtain rod.
Yeah, let's turn around. That's why I can't believe you guys didn't take that either.
Huh.
Like, we've been good. I don't know if, like, it's since the last time he got out of jail. Like, we've been good, and he's been having his classes and seeing his probation officer, who's amazing. So,
What do you mean by good? What's your definition of good?
the probation officer,
No, you said you guys have been good. What's your definition?
I've been good. I don't think you all understand. He comes at me all the time. He comes at me. So it's either I flee or try to go upstairs and go to sleep. That's usually what it is. And I don't know if you talked to Brian about any of that, but most of the time when I flee, I go over there. So,
Right, but you're saying that you guys have been good, and when I asked you yesterday, the last incident that you could remember was the curtain rod incident, which you said was a month ago, so...
give or take.
Right, so what do you mean by he comes after you? Like,
He gets belligerently drunk. Like, I don't know if you all have looked through my phone yet and seen any of the pictures and the videos that I have taken. And at one point, I started documenting everything.
okay.
So you all will see in my pictures, bloody fingers, split foreheads, he split my nose. I've got this.
Right.
I don't know if Brian told you about it, where I had to have almost I had one really bad surgery, but then it got really, 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 really bad, where I had to go like 4 or 5 more times afterwards for them to tend to it. And then poking me in the back of the leg.
Right.
So it's,
Then why are you still with him?
everybody asks me that. When I tell you guys this, I really love him. Like I do. And I feel like I can help him. Like I feel like I could help him, which I did, because he came a really long way from where he was in Philadelphia to moving back to here and to dealing with everything else that he's been dealing with. I've really helped him. I bailed him out of jail, 3 times. I've gone to every single hearing and every single arraignment, everything that I did for him. Gone to see all his public defenders, go to the state. I've gone to the state. I did everything for him because I'm trying to help him, because I had hope in him. And he was trying. He was really trying. And then he starts to think about things, and I think he gets overwhelmed, and then it's like, next thing I know, he's drinking. So it's like, oh man, I know where this is going to go, so I'm going to go upstairs and read a book, or I'm going to go for a bike ride, or I'm going to do something else. Or I don't want to drink. I don't want to drink. The occasional wine, whatever, or if it's a weekend, that's when you have a good time. You don't have to wake up the next day. I have to wake up the next day and do things. I have to tend to Lucas. I have to take him to school. I have all this stuff to do. he doesn't know how to, I guess, maintain himself, where I can do 50 things at once and still know the 50 things more prior that I need to get done. He can't process like that. He didn't process like that, so he would literally, not literally, but have smoke coming out of his ears. So the next thing you know, he doesn't want to deal with it. I'm going to go get something to drink. So the majority of the time, I would hang out outside or do something else because I don't want to drink. And every time, his job broke his heart. And it made me sad because he had so much pride in his job. And the store that he took care of so much totally went downhill. Mm-hmm. And that broke his heart because he had put so much work and effort into fixing it up. And his manager was awful and basically gave up on all of the employees. So I think that had a huge bearing on why he would drink so much. His ex-wife is bonkers. Mm-hmm. She was all over him all the time. Send me money, send me money, send me money. How can I send you money when I don't have a job? And he's still trying to take care of me and Lucas by paying a bill here or there, getting some groceries. So he always had something on his mind, which is why, again, I got the puzzles and the bank to try to get him off of it so we don't have a drink, or he doesn't have a drink. So when you all see my phone, you can see all of the damage he has done to me and the videos of him smashing my television because he's belligerently drunk. Where most of the time, I just don't want to be there. And I try to help him. I try to calm him down. Mm-hmm. Eventually, he just passes out.
Well, yesterday it made it sound like you guys were just drinking like a glass or two. Like, yeah, you obviously had the bottle, but you told me on recording, like, that you were not drunk, he was not drunk, you guys were having a good time.
I can't get drunk. Number one, I do not want to get drunk. I don't like being non-complimentous, having my wits about myself. I don't like feeling out of control. Mm-hmm. So,
I'm just saying, you're making it sound like he's a raging alcoholic today, and yesterday I was kind of asking you those questions, and you're like a little defensive, like, no, we're not alcoholics.
I'm not.
We are not, you know. But you guys were both sober on Sunday, to your knowledge, because when I said you went and passed out, you were like, no, I didn't pass out, I just fell asleep. So now it's kind of like, what is it? Were you guys drinking and it got out of hand?
No.
And it got physical?
No.
Or is it...
Sunday was one of the better days that we have had in quite some time. He's dancing with my dog. You can see that too on the pictures, him loving the dog. He loves the dog and dancing around, having a good time, and just being happy kind of thing. He doesn't know, I can get like maybe 2-3 glasses of wine, and I'll be fine. But I have to have my wits about myself because I don't know what to expect.
Well, let's talk about Sunday. What was Sunday? How were you, like, how many glasses of wine did you have? How many glasses of wine did he have? The bottle was gone. I mean, I don't know if you poured any out. Yes.
No, that was from previous.
You said that there was a half bottle left over.
Yeah, about this much.
Mm-hmm. And then that you had wine. Well, I don't even know how the wine. How'd you guys get the wine for Sunday?
I'm guessing he went to Publix.
Does he like leave the house and you stay home, or do you go to Publix? Like, cause
sometimes I'll go with him.
Okay. Did you go with him Sunday to Publix?
So most of the time, what happens is because the convenience store where we get cigarettes is here, and then Publix literally is cattywampus to it.
Okay.
So what he'll do is he'll go by Publix, and then on the way back catch the convenience store.
Okay.
So
is that what he did Sunday?
I'm guessing that's what he did, because the next thing I know, he's walking in with a bottle.
Okay.
So it's him trying to be nice, so I don't have to go out and do it. Plus, there's stuff that are around the house that I had to take care of. So that's usually what will happen. Or I'm folding laundry and he'll go run out and do whatever.
Okay. So, where were you guys at on drunkenness, not drunkenness on Sunday? You told us you weren't drunk.
No, I was not drunk.
Right.
I was not drunk. So with him, I don't know. I know when it's like, oh, okay, man, where I have told him, slow down. It's starting to catch up with you. Slow down. Slow down. And another thing, too, is I don't like listening to music with him because he gets too involved in the music, and the music that he listens to is a little rough around the edges, and, like, just, it makes me fractious listening to his music. So I kept asking him, let's just you and me talk. You and me will just be the ones that are talking, which was fine, because, I mean, we were playing with the dog, whatever, and then it's like, okay, now let's do the painting. We just did the puzzle, took a break, now let's do this. Sure enough, that dog, we're sitting in there talking, laughing, talking about new movies, we're watching movie trailers while we're doing painting and all that other stuff. So it's still background noise to him, because I think that's what he's used to, is having background noise. Where me, I can sit in here all day with not a peep. But he always has to have some kind of background noise, which I didn't mind because the trailers were cool. And he was interested in showing them to me, getting excited about movies that were out or upcoming.
Okay.
So
on your laptop you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I mean, and then it was...
But you said it was a good day, like, you guys didn't have any conversations about your relationship, you guys didn't go down, like, the rabbit hole, like, had too many to drink, and you guys start getting...
No, when I tell you this, it made me so happy that he actually listened to what I had to say, with just, we'll get through it. This will be fine. It's just, it's a small hurdle that you and I together will get through, because...
I'm talking about the money, jobs,
daughters,
stress.
Yes.
Nothing
No.
relationship-wise, though. Like, no issues. Like, did you guys have a conversation about your relationship, or was it just about
Just
like
what's
the stress?
going on right now.
Got it.
I try to evoke it from him so he gets it off his chest, because I call him the volcano, where eventually he's going to erupt.
Right.
And what he has learned in his classes is to communicate, which is a huge thing in a relationship.
Right.
Where he has been practicing communication, so he actually talks to me about things and unburdens himself. Put it on me. I'll sit there and try and figure it out for you, like I have almost everything. Not a worry, just tell me, get it out of you.
Right.
But it was, when I tell you, I was so happy. Like, it was such a good day. I kid you not. The weather was beautiful outside. I'm the one that had him go inside so we can do puzzles and painting and listen to music or whatever else he wants to do. So then he starts doing whatever it is we're doing together in the living room. And then starts talking, because I think he gets comfortable with, okay, you know what, we're here, it is a good day. Let me go ahead and explain myself. So I know. Nobody else knows, but I know. Nobody knew George better than I did. I say that I knew George better than himself. And I tried in every way, shape, and form. Ask everyone. I helped him. I took care of him. I miss him a lot, and I didn't even sleep last night. I miss him a lot.
I mean, is there any chance it got to be too much for you and you couldn't handle taking care of him and
I never stopped.
trying to...
I never stopped. That's what I'm here for. I never stopped. I'm here now because I'm still trying to help him.
Yeah, we just don't, I mean, it's unexplainable how he got these injuries, and
I have no idea.
you were the only one with him.
100% right hand to God. I have no idea how he got them. Nobody touched anybody. Nobody touched anybody.
You had mentioned that you would take photos, videos, just kind of like a proof and just in general.
Yeah, I started documenting at one point, but that was way before, I think, the last time that he got arrested, where he was flying off the deep end. But then I had him bailed out. I got him out of jail.
Right.
But because he had violated the pretrial diversion, this time it's probation, so you don't have a choice in it. You have to go see your probation officer. You have to go to these classes. It's court ordered. Where it took him a while to get used to it and understand, they're not messing around. I even went down and met his probation officer, which I say she's wonderful. That's one of my questions too I need to talk to you about. Hugged me and said how much she knows that I take care of him. She called me personally one time when George was at work, when he was working. 42-minute phone call. She and I just saying how grateful she is that George has me. And she knows how hard I'm working to help him, just as she is and just as the classes will. So once he started actually going on a regular basis to the probation officer and then to his substance abuse class and his, I don't know what BIP stands for, Matters Intervention Program, and actually listening to what it is everyone had to say, he changed. Like I could see a change in him, where before lashing out, he would think about it. And would always come home and show me his papers, and we would look over his papers together. Where it's like, wow, you actually are learning this in class? And some of the stuff that they would show them, like videos, he would come home and be like, Sarah, I'm so sorry for what I've done to you. Because for a video that he watches to make him feel that way, where it's like, oh man, I have done her wrong. But he's changed. He changed.
And that's why you're still with him, even though he's done all these things to you. And
when I tell you I love him, I love him.
And when you love somebody, you have limits.
Everybody tells me that. All my neighbors still tell me that. The office, property manager.
At some point, somebody gets enough, then they have to do something to defend themselves.
I would just flee. And I don't know if you would like to see it on my phone, or I think it's actually on a laptop. I actually, because, and you have to understand too, I have, like, prior to classes in PO, kicked him out. How many times? I had him arrested. How many times?
But you also went down and bailed him
I
out
know.
the next day.
I know.
What's on your laptop?
What was I going to tell you? Oh, previously, I actually looked up how to file a restraining order.
Okay.
Because I would take him out, his parents, because of them constantly having to take him back in, his bags of clothes, all his stuff. The last time, the father came out and irate and just not even, I don't even know if he knew Lucas was in the car. Just opened the back of my car and just started throwing all his crap and just throwing it. Like the car would jostle, he was throwing all his stuff. At that point, because I continually did it, not continually, I think I maybe did it 3 times, and he has nowhere else to go, they got fed up and said, nope, either you're staying there or you're staying here. But if you're staying here at their place, it's permanent. You're not going back over there anymore. So what happens is, he pursues me. So, I don't know if y'all know where Candy Way Trail is. Okay, so it's literally right there from our apartment. Would ride his bike to work, but before he would leave extra early and come up to the wall, stand on top of his bike and poke his head over because he would know that I would be outside having my morning cigarette and cup of coffee. And I would also know too what time he would get off of work, where I would know, come getting off of work, you can do the same thing. So it's not like I ever got like a break from him, where I told you all yesterday, or whatever it was. I started to feel that it was too much togetherness. And when you have too much togetherness, friction happens. So I'm going to go ride my bike. I'm going to go upstairs and read a book. But when every waking moment, he wants to be with me. So, and mind you, our townhome is either upstairs or downstairs. So it's like, if you would like to sit downstairs and watch a movie or play on the laptop, look at some jobs, you're more than welcome to. I'm just going to be upstairs maybe watching one of my shows or maybe reading a book. So, and then when that would happen, we really needed that. So what's for dinner? And then we would cook together and eat dinner. And then crawl in the bed and watch a movie.
Are you talking about this is like recent? You kind of like lost me. Like when
It was a little while ago.
But now you're talking about tension building up and that you need space. So have you been feeling that way lately, or
no?
Okay.
No. Okay, my thing is too, so you all know. Oh, I hate that you can't talk to her, but Dee, his ex-wife, when I say a monster, she's a monster. Like she withholds their children from speaking to him. So he gets upset about that, and then she like completely berates him about money, about the father that he is, what he did to her, all this other stuff. It doesn't matter. I mean, mind you, this is not like been recent, but which is why he didn't even bother calling anymore, because he knows that she's going to answer and he's going to have to talk to her, so therefore he can't talk to his daughter. The other time he talked to her, made her talk to Cookie. That's on my cell phone too, so you can see it.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter.
What does she have to do though with anything about what happened Sunday and into Monday? Like,
No, I'm just saying, like, previously,
Okay.
why the incidents, what happened is she plays a big part in it.
okay.
On top of job
Yeah.
and money and groceries and all that.
Okay.
Sunday, when I tell you this, I have no idea. I have no idea.
Is there anybody else at the house?
No, it's just me and him.
Since talking yesterday, do you remember any like timelines better? Like what time you guys were playing? What time he was zipped up in the luggage? What time you
I
went
told you-
upstairs?
We started because we cleaned the house a little bit, did some laundry.
You started the activities around 4, you said?
Yes, around 4:30ish, and then.
You just said that it was dark when you were playing behind hide and seek, and I'm just curious
Yeah.
if you remember.
But when we were outside, that's where we would start and talk about things, and then eventually I was the one that hadn't come inside, so we.
About what time, do you remember what time that was? What she's asking.
You just said you went up to bed around
Midnight.
and fell asleep around 12:30ish. But those are the only times I have. So I have 4 and I have midnight. So there's a big gap. So I'm just curious, like, if you recall when you went upstairs to hide in the shower, or
Like when we started to play hide and seek.
yeah.
Well, we went inside probably about. If I had to guess, we weren't out there too long. Maybe about 6-ish.
You're
Then.
talking about from hanging out outside and like.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, we have 2 beach chairs that are out there and
Right.
just enjoy the weather.
Gotcha.
Plus, it started to get dark and gnats and mosquitoes.
Yeah.
So, let's go inside. I don't want to be out here anymore.
Okay.
All right, let's go. So we're doing whatever. We did it for a while because that puzzle, I don't know if they took it or they saw it. Worked on the puzzle again, finished it. Started to paint. Well, started to listen to music for a little bit. Started to paint. Can we turn the music off? No problem. Started to talk, paint, whatever. Maybe. Gosh, that puzzle was working on for probably a good hour and a half. So 8 o'clock-ish?
Is when I went to hide upstairs originally?
No, that's when we were like painting. So then it's like, okay, well, I don't want to paint anymore. Let's just, come on. Okay, you want to play hide and seek? What he does is, okay, tag, you're it. Well, so it's like, okay, we know. Okay, take off.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we did.
And then you went upstairs, and then he didn't come up, and you came down, and the suitcase was there originally because you guys were planning to do donations, so it was already there. Have you guys ever played you said you played hide and seek like probably 3 times in your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
When you have played, have you ever zipped him up in a suitcase prior?
No.
Okay. So it was just kind of like that prop was there, and it was there,
Yes.
and it was in play because...
Why do you say it like that, though?
I would never do that.
You would never zip them up in a suitcase?
Well,
I mean, we were playing.
No, I know,
that
but
time, but
I'm saying, I'm talking about hide and seek, which is a game, so...
the suitcase originally is in our closet, buried all the way to the back. If you, I know the CSI people saw our closet. Our closet needs to be cleaned out really bad. My son's clothes need to be cleaned out really bad because they don't fit him anymore, and I'm tired of looking at them. So he took it upon himself, including that suitcase, to take it downstairs so we can get all of our clothes, our donations, and everything, and just leave the whole thing by the clothing and shoe thing at my son's school.
No, I'm just asking, in the past, like, have you ever zipped him up in anything, jokingly or not, but obviously
No.
I understand you're claiming that Sunday it was a joking matter. You were laughing, he was laughing. But what I'm just asking is in the past, like, is it something that you guys normally do?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
We were actually this last game running out of places to hide because we have a townhome where it's upstairs or downstairs. So.
Okay, so do you remember making any videos or maybe having any any photos, videos that you remember doing on your phone on Sunday?
No.
No?
I think I took a picture of a dog.
Okay. But your phone is password protected, you have the password, he has the facial recognition, so it's not like someone else could be on your phone.
No, I have both.
But you have the face and the password?
Yes.
Yeah, but he only has the face, correct?
No.
To be able to get onto your phone, you told me that he looks at the phone.
Oh, I misunderstood. I thought you were asking me if I did. Yes, it's me.
Okay. Does he have access to your phone? Because you said it's a secured phone. Okay, how does he have access?
Sarah, can I buy your phone? Yeah, it's right there on the kitchen counter.
Okay, but how does he get into it? Because it's password protected.
He'll come and get it to me and I'll just do the face thing. Where sometimes too, like he'll joke with me and say, okay, I need to borrow your phone. And he'll hold it while I'm cooking or doing something, do the facial recognition.
Okay, so he doesn't know the password and he doesn't have the facial recognition.
No.
But he is the only other person that would use your phone, I'm assuming, other than...
Well, Lucas.
Right. But Lucas wasn't there Sunday. Right. So, to your recollection, no videos on Sunday?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I maybe took a picture of the two of Tess and the dogs, and George and them dancing, but I mean, or it's just Tess.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I have something that I want to show you that we found, and it was from your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see it?
If you need to move it around, go ahead.
No, I don't remember that.
For everything you've done to me. For everything you've done to me.
Your battery's about to die.
Shut it down.
Oh. Okay.
Let me.
The battery doesn't last very long.
Yeah, it used to last a lot longer than that. I don't know what happened.
Okay. Let me just ask you.
All right. No, I was just simply asking because you had a look on your face when she asked you if you've ever done that before. You looked kind of shocked and.
No.
Okay, but why did you say it like that? Like.
I don't think you all understand who I am.
Okay. Well, tell me.
I mean, I've always been a straight-A student. I am an outstanding mother to my son.
Okay.
I excel at everything. I would not do that.
You wouldn't lock somebody in a suitcase?
Well, I didn't completely lock it. I mean, I opened it with one finger. I left enough in there for him to get out.
Okay.
And I wasn't planning on going upstairs and going to sleep.
Okay. No, it's just the way you said it.
You guys are scaring me.
Why?
Well, we just want you to watch this. This came from your phone. Don't you want to know what's on it?
Yes, please. Is it long? Because I don't know how much I can take. I don't know how much I can take.
I don't know how to find it.
Do I have to watch this? I continuously throw up. I don't sleep. I don't want to see it, if that's okay.
Well, it's on your phone, and you can either explain it or we take it for what it is.
Yeah. We're just trying to give you the opportunity to tell us what's going on. That's it.
It's that long?
2 minutes.
For everything you've done to me. For everything you've done to me. Fuck you.
And
Fuck you.
that's you, your voice.
Stupid. That's my name. Don't wear it out. Yeah, that's when you do when you choke me.
I don't want to watch it, please.
Last time we talked to you, you had said that you put him in the suitcase, he had 2 fingers hanging out.
I flipped him over. I flipped him over, and that's where it was.
There's 2 different videos and a still picture where, yeah, it shows you flipping him in different positions, and him saying that he can't breathe, and you saying fuck
So
you.
this is upside down. So in order for him to have gotten into it,
It was flipped up.
right, it was flipped up normal.
Yes.
Like as if you're packing something. So this is upside down.
Guys, this is killing me right now.
So this image is upside down, and then this small video that occurred 11 minutes later, it's flipped over the other way, closer to your dining room table.
Okay.
Now he's obviously still in there. So he didn't, how did it go from the back to the front?
I flipped it.
Okay.
My plan was not to go upstairs and go to sleep,
Well, that's what you did.
Yeah.
but not intentional though.
No, you told me you went upstairs because
What?
you were
Stop
getting
here.
ready for bed.
Stopped here.
Okay, but
Where's here?
show me where you can see any fingers coming out, because there's the end.
It's and his head's right here.
Mm-hmm.
So going like this, rather than going all the way up, it's like this.
But why is he saying I can't breathe, and why is he pushing on it as if he can't get out?
And it doesn't show a hole.
There's no hole. There's no fingers. I don't see his fingers. There's no hole.
I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, I don't know, like, what you want me to tell you.
I'm just showing you. I'm just telling you what we see and what we've heard from the other video.
I understand.
He's begging for you to let him out. You're laughing in the beginning, and then in the end, it sounds kind of like a.
No, it's not malicious.
Well, saying fuck you,
It's not malicious.
then what is that?
What does "fuck you" mean to you?
Well,
Like if I were to tell
oh,
my
like he
partner-
does. Like, I get told everything but a white woman, so
Okay.
my intention was not to leave him in there. Please understand that. My intention was not to leave him in there.
But you went upstairs thinking that he could get himself
Yes.
out, but the video shows.
That's
at
what I
no
told
point
you.
can I see his fingers, and
He'll
it
be up
looks
here any
like-
minute.
And then 30 minutes later, he didn't show.
And he's telling you
And I
he
didn't
can't
wake
breathe.
up.
Do you think
not
he's
able to get
joking? You told me he was laughing, and
We were
the
before.
video. There's no.
When we
laughing.
first got in there, both of us were.
So how long was he in there for? Like this video is at 11:12 when it starts. So was he in there for like a long time prior to recording this?
No. No.
So it goes from funny to no longer funny.
But
and
I
you're
didn't.
the only one laughing.
But I didn't think that he was like panicky. Like I didn't.
So pushing up on a suitcase saying Sarah, 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 I can't breathe.
George has done that in the past before too, where it's just like he thinks that he's woe is me kind of thing, where it's like I don't.
He's never been locked in a suitcase. That's
No.
why he couldn't get out. So
It's kind of. I thought it was
And
the
you know
boy
the oxygen
crawling
is
wolf,
coming.
crying wolf kind of thing.
okay.
And again, my plan.
But nowhere in there is he laughing. Is he joking? He is begging, and you're the only one laughing,
okay.
and you're the only one saying derogatory comments. Like you're mad.
No. Please don't. I don't mean to sound negative, and I don't know if I can say this, but like it's like you guys are kind of trying to like feed me. Like
No, I'm just trying to show you a video that you no longer want to watch because you probably don't want to know the outcome of how and what you said.
well, I know what.
You know what's on that video now?
No.
You remember making that video?
Oh,
Why don't you remember making the video?
probably because we had been drinking.
But you weren't drunk.
No. Just because I went upstairs and just
You
because
told
you're
us-
drunk doesn't
you
mean
told
that
us
you.
times that you were not drunk. You said that you had your wits about you. You said he had his wits about you.
Mhm.
You said that you don't like not having your wits. In my experience, if somebody cannot remember doing something to the extent of making 2 videos and a video and taking a photo, they are intoxicated.
Okay. I understand where you all are coming from.
Well,
I
we're
get
just
it.
trying to make sense of it. We're trying to
get it.
figure out
We're
what
trying
you're
to
saying.
figure out this
You
video.
explain it to us. We're listening.
I just did. Like, we were playing, and then, like, I thought it was... My plan was not to go upstairs and go to sleep. My plan was not to... He'll be up here any minute.
But you
Yeah.
willingly went upstairs and went to sleep. No one forced you to go upstairs and get
My
ready
plan
for
wasn't
bed.
also to leave him in the suitcase,
So why didn't you take him out?
because I went upstairs, and then I fell asleep.
But why didn't you consciously think he's asking to come out? He
I
can't
didn't do it
breathe.
intentionally.
What do you think is going to happen if you leave somebody in a confined space like that?
Well, I thought by not giving it up all the way, it would be okay. My plan was not to leave him in the
And what was your
suitcase,
plan?
waiting for him to come upstairs.
And then when he did it?
I fell asleep.
You said you were up there 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, somebody not coming up.
Knowing that the last time you saw him was in the suitcase, 30 minutes later, you're like, maybe I should go check on him. Maybe I shouldn't.
No.
That didn't cross your mind because
That's
it
like
didn't happen.
that's like an assumption. Like, that's what you all are thinking. Just,
We're asking.
it's the
You tell
whole,
us.
it's the drinking. That's what it is. It's the drinking. I thought it was like, I thought he was okay. Like, I didn't, that, you
He's
all,
telling you he's not. He's telling you, Sarah, I can't breathe. He's saying your name, and you're like, that's my name, don't wear it out.
guys, that's how we are with each other. Like, nobody understands our relationship. The whole suitcase thing, never happened before.
Would you leave someone else in a suitcase? Would you leave Lucas in a suitcase jokingly? Because it was a
No.
joking matter. You put him in there jokingly. Would you leave Lucas jokingly in there? And you love Lucas, right? And you love
I wouldn't do
George.
that to him either. I wouldn't do that to him.
So I just
Well, it's not like, again, I don't think you all understand. Like, that was not my intention.
Well,
Y'all don't have any idea what
by
I've
your
done for
acts,
him.
But by your acts, and that's exactly right. You get to the point where you've done so much for somebody and they don't show
No.
you any appreciation.
He did.
Not by your words in the video. I don't get that.
He did.
Because you bring up the fact that when he's choking you, you can't breathe. That's how you felt when he cheated on you. You couldn't breathe. And you verbally several times told him
cheated on me.
just fuck you.
well, you
Well,
said it
you
in
said
the
it
video,
in the
but you won't
video.
let us play the rest of it 'cause you don't
And
want
you-
to.
When I
told
say
him.
cheating, it's on his phone.
Okay. Cheating is cheating.
I
And
think
if
so
you
too.
Exactly.
It's your definition of cheating, though. So I mean,
Yeah.
that's what the word cheat means.
And that's what you told him in the video. That I couldn't breathe when you cheated on me.
No.
That's how I felt when he said, Sarah, I can't breathe. And you told him,
I don't know
fuck
what
you.
you... This is...
What would you say if somebody told you that they had done this?
Done what?
Set somebody in a suitcase and went up and went to bed.
Do you all not think... So you all think that it's like, oh good, I got him in there, now I'm going to go to sleep? Is that what you guys are trying to assume? Or trying to, like...
The video is very portraying of the opposite of what you told us.
No.
It is not leading up, it is not matching what statement you gave us in the car.
So...
And that's why we want to know.
And I don't remember doing those.
The injuries are not consistent with what you told us. So we have a lot of inconsistencies, and this video explains itself. It really, truly does.
You don't think that I have thought about that?
Thought about the video, or thought about...
But no, again, if you don't mind, please. So you all are assuming that it's like, oh good, I got him in there, now I'm going to go to sleep. Is that what you all are assuming?
Well, it's not an assumption when that's what you told us that happened.
That's what happened.
And the video,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
But I'm not going to say,
you thought he could
So,
get out on his
yes.
but the video shows that he cannot get out on his own.
but when I unzipped it with one finger.
From the outside.
But it had the hole in it.
And you're claiming that it had a paper clip, so that's what assisted you in doing it.
No.
Is what you told us.
When I had my sweatshirt, I said I thought it had a paper clip on it. It's
But
got,
the zipper part is broken. That
yes,
helps
which is
you
why we were
broke
going to
it.
zip it.
Yeah.
I just,
You were able to unzip it from the outside very easily, because that's the way they're designed.
but you could on the inside too. I don't know how.
So why wouldn't he have gotten himself out if he could? He was
I don't know. Like, I don't know if
begging,
you saw, like, where the hole was. I don't
I
know.
didn't see a hole.
No
I
one
didn't
sees
see
the
no
hole.
fingers
You're the
sticking
only
out.
one that. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's in one position, and where his head would be, we should be able to see fingers. And then when it's flipped over onto this right side, again, his head is closer to us facing the video, so we should be able to see fingers. And we don't see anything. We see no movement of him trying to unzip it or physically unzipping it. All we see is pushing up, trying to push out of it.
Please do not assume.
I'm not assuming. I haven't assumed anything. I follow evidence.
But my intention was not, again, oh good, I got him in there, now I'm just going to go to sleep.
What do you think someone that knows nothing about this or hears just a little bit like, oh, they were playing around in a
She's
suitcase
been
and
drinking
then watches that
probably went
video?
to sleep. That's what happened.
But you let him out before. I mean, you put him in, so why didn't you take him out?
Because I was upstairs and I fell asleep.
No, before you went upstairs. You, like, consciously had to walk upstairs. I mean, you obviously remember going to bed because you were able to give me a time frame on that. And you specifically told me that you went upstairs.
My intention is not for this to happen. I am sick about it. I've never done anything like this before in the past. I am sick. Especially with that. I thought I couldn't sleep last night. I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. You tell us last night, you vividly remember this when you told us last night, that he was laughing, you were laughing, you put him in the suitcase, he has two fingers sticking out, and you go to bed. Now we see something totally different, and it actually shows you upset and, again, using derogatory terms to him when he's begging for his life to get out of that suitcase.
So
what
but my thing
you
is
say
that
we're
the-
assuming, we're not assuming,
But
we're
the
telling you
fingers,
what's on there.
but so it just happened to be that whenever I was videotaping or doing whatever else it was, just happened to not have that in it.
Okay. And you also in the video, you can't see any holes. There's nowhere in that where the zipper separates and you can see a hole. If there's a hole, he's pushing on it, begging you to get out. We should probably see that hole that
He
you're
eventually
talking
would have
about.
been able to get out.
Huh.
Alcohol.
Based off what you're telling us, he should have been
Yes.
able to get out.
Okay.
But the video shows him attempting to get out, begging to get out, and he can't. So that's just what we're trying to figure out. I don't know if maybe you had too much to drink, you zipped it up all the way, and then,
I did not zip it up all the way.
Okay, well.
I did not zip it up all the way. This is horrific, okay? Horrific.
It is terrible.
Yeah, somebody else-
Horrific. I don't think I'll ever be right because of this. Ever be right. Dealing with everything else that I have in my life, personally. And then this,
Okay.
whom I loved. It was not intentional. I will put my hand on the Bible. It was not intentional. I would not do that to him nor anyone else.
But you did.
Not intentional.
You intentionally went up to bed.
I didn't
Intentionally
intentionally
left
go to
him.
bed because I'm thinking, okay,
Hold
good,
on,
he can
hold
get
on.
out.
How did you not intentionally go to bed? You said you went upstairs and got into bed. That's intentionally going to bed.
Waiting for him.
And he doesn't come, but you don't go down to check on him.
So I happen to go to sleep. When I say go to sleep,
And what do you
Goes
normally
up,
do when you go
whatever
to
you're
bed?
gonna do.
What do you normally do when you go to bed?
what do you mean?
What is a bed for? going to sleep.
Right.
So you go to
But
bed to
obviously
do
you
what?
can tell too that, like, I've
You
been
go to
drinking
bed
also.
to do what? Okay. You kept telling us, hey, I wasn't intoxicated. I wasn't this. I wasn't that.
Being drunk and intoxicated, which, yes,
Okay.
you can tell that I had been drinking, but
Okay. So if you weren't intoxicated, then why would you ever leave somebody in a suitcase that's begging to get out, that's telling you they can't breathe?
if I hadn't been drinking, you still think it would be the same thing? Where it's like, hop in, I'm going to go to sleep. Is that what you all are trying to do? To portray me
We're not
as?
trying to do anything. I'm simply asking you to explain to me what happened.
Everything was fine and dandy.
I don't want to call it
Everything
fine and dandy.
was fine and dandy.
Explain
You
to
all
me how.
don't, okay, for me to tell you this, again, mind you, I've been without him for a day now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I mean, I don't know what you all want me to tell you, because this was not in any way, shape, or form, hand on the Bible, intentional.
Okay. So you just left
I
him there
didn't
to
kill
teach
him.
You left him there to teach him a lesson?
I didn't mean to leave him there. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
You got up and walked away. How is that not intentionally leaving him there?
Because I'm looking at the hole, knowing that it's there. He'll get out no problem. Because you don't.
And then he doesn't, but you don't go check on him. You say you're up for 30 minutes, and he doesn't come up. You don't go down and check on him?
I'm in the bed.
You even move.
And
I mean, you admit to moving the suitcase over. So
You roll it.
You roll it out. Like, it's not like
I didn't want it to be like that. Don't.
you didn't want him to be upside down. How do you even get upside down?
Right. You guys are killing me right now.
I just want you to hear.
That's how he talks to me most of the time. I don't know how you want me to say it.
I'm just trying to figure out what you would expect to happen to somebody when you leave them in a suitcase.
I didn't mean to leave him in there.
Okay.
What's your reasoning for not calling 911 sooner?
Because I didn't know what to do and how horrific it was. I called Brian, and 5 minutes later I called you guys? Not even 5 minutes. Nonetheless, that I had to I was trying to do CPR. I had to get him out and try to do CPR, and then called you guys. And I was continually doing CPR with the dispatch on the phone, where he had me count out loud to help me focus on what I was doing.
It just, I don't know how, I mean, you can sit here all day long and say, I thought he was going to get himself out, but he didn't, and you went upstairs, and you stayed there for 30 minutes before you fell asleep.
But can I say too,
You chose not to ever at any point during that 30 minutes walk back down and check on him.
No, wait 1 second. Because I know, with you all, and then, because you continually ask me, time frames, where I told you, I don't bother even looking at the clock most of the time. So it's a guesstimate. So for all I know, maybe it was 10 minutes.
Okay. But the point is, you left the living room where he was begging for help and went upstairs. Regardless of how long you were there, you left. You say,
I thought he was the boy calling wolf. Again.
Okay.
So when he asked to be let out, what's your reasoning for not letting him out?
When I was upstairs?
No, when he's asking on the video. He asked multiple times. He asked to be let out. I can't breathe. Why didn't you let him out?
Well, number one, I had no idea it was going to end like that.
Okay.
Number one.
Okay.
Number two, just, you know what? I'll give you 5 minutes or so, and then they'll give you 5 minutes or so.
5 minutes for what?
Well, based off the video, one video's at 11:12 and the next one's at 11:23, so you actually gave him at least 11 minutes per video recording. So my thing is, when it stopped, he asked multiple times, I mean, why? Why did you not let him out? It's just a simple question.
To be honest with you, I mean,
Were you punishing him?
no, just,
Well, that's what you're saying in the video.
This is what you got, this is what you make me feel like.
see, and then it's all backfired on me. Like, it's all backfired on me. And I understand the severity of this.
He's dead.
It's awful, I know.
Okay.
It's awful. And I will tell you both this right now, too. I will never drink alcohol again.
Okay.
Like, I will never drink alcohol again. I don't care what it is in any way, shape, or form.
But let's get back to this. What was the reason for leaving him when he's begging to be let out? I don't understand that.
What I have a feeling was, and again, it's the whole time frame thing.
I'm not asking a time frame. I don't care about a time frame. He's
So-
in the bag saying, I can't sleep.
My God.
And you say, fuck you.
For the whole few minutes that he was in there,
Minimum 11, but yes,
Oh.
go ahead. It's a few. 11, minimum.
But-
For the one video.
Well, in between the two videos, it's
Between the
11
two
minutes.
videos? Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the question again?
When he's begging for his life, telling you he can't breathe, let me out, and you say, fuck you, why don't you just let him out? What are you trying to prove to him? There was obviously something in your head that you were thinking of when he was asking to be let out, and you're like,
Again, it's the
no.
boy calling wolf.
Okay, but where does this game end? Did you say this is a game? You got somebody in
Obviously,
there.
the wrong way.
So what was your intention for leaving him in there?
And it's not fair. It is not fair. You guys are trying to, again, he's in there. Night, night.
That's what happened.
No.
That's absolutely what happened.
Intentionally.
How's it not? You got up off the couch, walked up a flight of stairs, and got in your bed.
Thinking he was going to get out.
And he didn't, and you still didn't go down and check
And it's
on
the whole 30-minute thing that you guys are trying
I don't
to do.
care about 30
Whatever.
minutes.
It's like, for all I know, it's 10 minutes.
He's begging for his life. He's begging for his life, telling you he can't breathe.
I don't know what you want me to tell you. I don't. I didn't intentionally mean for this to happen.
But you
Then what
can't
did you
tell us
intend?
why you left him in there and went upstairs. That's my only issue. What am I supposed to write? What do I write?
So my thing is, though, it's what I have a feeling is I went upstairs and just hit the bed kind of thing. But, again, I'm thinking, he'll be up here in a minute. But then I go out.
But my question is, why didn't you just let him out prior to going out?
I don't know why.
He's begging to be let out. He's not laughing. He's not having fun.
I don't know. I don't know.
This was supposed to be fun. You were laughing before. Before you said he was laughing, you were laughing, you went upstairs, he had his fingers out of the bag and he was playing. Well, obviously that's not the case.
So are you guys, so what is it you're trying to,
We're just trying to figure out why.
Why? What?
Why?
What was the motivation for leaving him in the bag?
Why he was left in the bag? Why the video?
I didn't have any motivation. It was he and I having a great day, fooling around and being stupid, and apparently me going upstairs and hitting the bed, not going to sleep, where it's like, I'm tired now, I'm going to go to sleep.
That's excluding, that's a good analogy for the day, excluding the fact that he's got a bump on the back of his head, a bump on the front of his head, and his lip is busted, and he has a
Oh my
bump on his
gosh.
eye.
I don't know what you all want me to tell you. This is not fair at all.
Yes.
That you all are assuming that that's from me.
Where else did it come
If
from?
you were, say it's opposite, you were in the suitcase and you're asking to be let out, would you hope that that person would let you out? You're asking to be let out of a suitcase, should they not let you out?
Eventually. I'm guessing. I'm blaming it on the wine.
Blaming on the wine.
So you guys are assuming that.
You keep saying we're assuming, we haven't assumed
Asking
anything.
questions.
But you guys are assuming that that's what I did.
No, by what,
Like, this
the
is-
facts of what happened. We got there, you said you pulled him out of the suitcase, you said you went up, you went to bed. We're not assuming that. These are the facts that you're telling us.
But
Now
what
we're
you said
asking
is
you
like,
to
oh, I'm
explain them.
tired. Oh, I'm tired.
Well, that's what you told me on a sworn recorded statement yesterday. Because when I said, oh, you went upstairs and passed out, you were like, no, I did not pass out. You got attitude with me because you were
Yep.
thought I was assuming that you were drunk. So that's an assumption. That was an assumption when I said you passed out. And guess what? You corrected me.
You were very adamant about the fact that both of you had your wits about you. What's your favorite word to use?
Compass mentis.
You've used it today too, to say that you guys were within your wits. There's two empty bottles of wine.
No, but we didn't drink both of them.
I think you did.
We didn't.
There's receipts for the
They were
statement
both
back there.
purchased yesterday, so I don't know how you didn't, because they weren't there the day before.
The one
There's two
was.
Publix receipts from yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Only thing purchased on either one was a single bottle of wine, 2 of them. So we have each bottle of wine that was empty in your garbage can that you purchased yesterday, or he purchased, but you two would have consumed together.
Okay, well,
I mean, it's receipts, so it's not even worth the going back.
So this is. So I don't know what you guys are. I don't know.
We were just hoping that we could figure out why you.
What was the motivation?
There was no motivation.
Well,
Well, we're watching a video that, after talking to you, everything was laughing and fun. Now we're watching a video where it's not laughing and fun. He's begging for his life, and you are in a very angry voice telling him to fuck off.
No.
Yes,
Not-
that's absolutely what it was. It's not an assumption. The video's there. We played it for you.
So you guys think that I intentionally?
You
It-
did.
it
You got
doesn't
up
matter
on
what
the couch
it doesn't
and
matter
walked
what
up
we
the couch,
think.
or walked up the stairs and got into bed. That was intentional. There's no way getting around that. You intentionally did that. Nobody drug you up there. You didn't float up the damn stairs.
Okay, well it's not fair. It's not fair that you guys keep trying to say that that's what I did.
I don't know what to tell you.
You told us that. You didn't go upstairs?
Again, there was a hole in a suitcase. I unzipped it from the hole with one finger.
Well, the damn hole didn't do him no good, did it?
But he could push it open.
No, he
Did he?
couldn't.
I,
The video
No.
shows him pushing up.
And
If he could push it open, why wouldn't he have gotten out himself? Why would he beg you to open it?
I tell
okay.
you, he can't breathe.
Okay.
If someone
I-
can do something for themselves, they're going to do it. They don't need assistance unless they need assistance.
So, but why would he start doing it?
Because he couldn't, because it was all the way zipped.
Okay.
Didn't see it.
It wasn't. I intentionally didn't do it. That I intentionally did not do.
What's that? You didn't intentionally do what?
Zip it all the way. He nor I.
Well, he's dead as a result
Laid
of your
hands
action.
on each other.
He is dead as a result
I
of your
understand
action.
that.
So,
That's why
You
this.
two didn't lay hands on each other.
No. No. I don't have anything.
You're right.
He doesn't. Whatever that is, whatever it
He
is.
does.
See, this is what happens. It's not fair that you guys, just because he has those, automatically blame it on me. Like,
well,
Where
what
else
about
did he
when
go?
you had your injuries and he gets arrested? Is that not fair?
really? Like,
It's
really?
the exact
Yeah.
same thing.
Really?
He has injuries. You have injuries. Like, what does that mean?
I don't have any injuries.
Correct.
Because
So
he
that's
and I
not
have
you.
not been at it with one another.
So every time that you guys fight, you both hit each other? So you should have probably
No.
gone to jail all those times that he went to jail
No.
for domestic?
Well, the one time I did. But he completely trashed the police report. Because that's nothing what happened. Because the reason why I got taken in was because my story was different than his. So I'm being portrayed as like this abuser.
We're not saying that he doesn't abuse you.
Absolutely.
We're not saying
So I'm the one that's being portrayed as the abuser. Because I have never dealt with anything like this before. I don't know what to do, how to do it, and I always know what to do and how to do it. This, I don't know. So I don't know, like, what's going on or, like...
We are simply trying to find out as well. Again, we got one side of the story. You're telling us, we're going with what you're saying, but then we find stuff that negates what you're telling us.
And I don't even remember doing that.
Okay. You're telling us that we're assuming stuff, but what we're simply doing is telling you what we saw in the video and repeating what you told us.
I understand. Because I don't remember that.
Okay? Doesn't mean it didn't happen just because you don't remember it.
So is the texting thing something about me? Like, what's...
The what? Texting? Oh, no, I'm texting.
No,
You guys are scaring me, so, like, I don't know, like, what to expect. I mean, I had questions of things that need to be taken care of. Like, I don't...
What are your questions?
I have one last question. You realize you're the person that killed him, right?
I thought about that.
Okay, you left him in a bag when he's begging you, saying, I can't breathe, let me out, and you said, fuck you. And you got up off the couch and went upstairs and left him in that bag.
Not intentionally.
Again,
I would never do that to George.
You did.
Not intentionally. Know that.
I don't.
Know that.
You got up and you went up to bed.
Alcohol is a shitty thing. It's alcohol.
So
not, again...
What was the reason that you killed him?
You all...
Please sit down.
Listen to me.
Please sit down.
You all, listen. I did not intentionally kill him.
So your intention...
I don't know what it is I need to do, or how to do it, or what to say, or how to say it.
But what was your intention?
Everyone knows. Everyone knows. Everything that I've done for George, and love him, and continuously helped him throughout his life, with me, and made him a happier, better person.
And everybody has their limits.
Everyone knows that.
Everybody has their limits.
So it's like, okay, so while we're in a good place right now, I'm going to snap? Is that what it, while we're in a good place right now?
You did.
Yeah, absolutely. I got you on video screaming, fuck you.
This is what it feels like when you're choking me. This is what it feels like.
Which was however long ago. You said
The video was from last night.
Clearly,
So it wasn't that,
yet.
yeah.
There's still feelings towards it. You wouldn't say it if you didn't feel it.
But I would never do that.
But it happened, and you did.
But you
But
did.
that's after being playful
But no one's
and
laughing.
having a good day.
No one's laughing except you.
Everybody's having a good day. Oh, I'm sorry?
I would hate to see a bad day.
Y'all are making me out to be a person that I'm not. Or will I ever be.
Or are you a different person when you're drunk?
People have different personalities after they consume alcohol.
It depends. Well...
Because you're sober now, so
Yeah.
sober you...
Nice
Well, what
person,
about drunk
easy
you?
going.
Not... It's both of us. It's both of us. And it's not fair that you all are assuming that the marks that he has on him are from me.
We asked you where they came from.
I have no idea.
Well, nobody else was there, so nobody else was
I have no idea. I swear I did not lay a hand on him.
Okay. You just zipped them in the bag.
Nor he.
You just zipped them in the bag. And then you flipped the bag around several times.
I didn't do that intentionally.
You didn't intentionally flip the bag around?
No. Why would I do that?
Well, you
Good
told us
question,
you
you
did.
did.
When he was upside down.
Right.
Well, you had to put them upside down.
You can't get in a suitcase upside down because the...
Oh my
When
gosh.
you put the
See,
stuff
and that's
in where his body was?
That's unfortunate
Well,
too, but nobody else was there. That's
We
the
have a
unfortunate
video
thing.
showing the suitcase in several different positions. So it shows, one, like she just said, it had to have been on its back with the lid open for him to get in there, for you to zip it up. Then it shows it on the other side with him in it, so you had to flip it to there. Then there's another video where it's on his back again, so you had to flip it
I'm
there.
leaving it like this, please. I'm leaving it like this. I did not intentionally do this. No malicious or effort was towards this. No malicious.
I would
I'm
say,
disappointed
does that
in you.
help you sleep? But you're not sleeping, so.
I mean,
Last night, I
the-
maybe got an hour.
Right.
in your voice, you can hear the maliciousness. The fuck you is very, very.
You don't talk to people like that. That's not like a common like,
Nope.
hey Scott, fuck you.
Thank you.
That's not common. It's not something people do. And no one that sees that is gonna think that.
Okay.
So we were trying to give you an opportunity, and it is what it is.
There's no maliciousness towards
Okay.
that.
So I would probably be telling myself that too after that video.
My intent was not for that to happen.
But you went upstairs and went to bed. Or maybe you passed out, I don't know. Whichever.
Waiting for him. And the whole time frame thing, it's like,
Regardless.
that's not really fair.
Regardless, waiting for him, it's not like you walked up the stairs. You can't fly up the stairs. No one can take you up the stairs.
Okay.
You go up the stairs, you lay in the bed, and you wait for him. Who cares if it's 5 minutes? Who cares if it's 30 freaking seconds? He's begging for his life. He's begging to get out. You go upstairs.
You leave them.
It doesn't matter. So get the time frame out of your mind. It
This
doesn't
whole
matter.
thing, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because there's this. So it doesn't matter anything what it is I say. So it makes no difference whatsoever.
It's just you're lying and like you're now changing
Who's
your
lying
story.
about what?
You're now you were drunk.
Oh, I never said that I was drunk.
Exactly, but you did here today. That's okay.
You said earlier.
Everything recorded.
Alcohol.
You blamed it on the alcohol.
You blamed it on the alcohol. Alcohol does a lot to people.
Yes, but I never said I was drunk.
Okay.
You did.
So you did this. You did this sober. You knowingly left him down there sober.
I have already told both of you also that we were both drinking.
Right.
Okay.
But you want to admit that you were drunk? Is that
I'm telling you all both. This has changed my life. I will take this. I don't know.
Yeah. That's a true statement.
Absolutely. But you're trying to dance around the fact that
So,
you
but what
did
are you?
leave him
Okay,
there.
just.
You left him in there. You did trying to
Oh my
dance around the
gosh,
fact
this
that
is-
you left him in there.
This is not.
You didn't leave him in
It's
there?
not. It's not cool. Like this is not cool.
It's not cool.
That it.
He's dead. It's
But
not
you
cool.
think that I did that intentionally? You think that I did that intentionally?
You intentionally left him in there and left the room. You went upstairs to a different room.
You intentionally did that.
You did.
Yes.
Because I'm thinking he's gonna get out.
Okay, and he didn't.
Obviously not.
When somebody's begging, saying, I
But
can't
when you
breathe.
say that though, but you have to. Y'all
Please
know.
let me out. I can't
Y'all
breathe.
don't know George though. Like that. Again, I thought it was the boy crying wolf. So it's just like what?
Oh, so if your son was in there and said, I can't breathe, are you going to open it, or is he 9, so he's not,
Really?
it's not a big deal. I'm just valid
Really?
question.
Well, you
Right.
said you would never put your son in a suitcase. You would only put George in there.
No, George got in a suitcase.
And you zipped it up.
Not all the way and not intentionally to leave him there.
But that's what happened. You keep going away from it.
I don't know.
That's exactly what happened. You went to bed, woke up the next
Are
day.
you all trying to have me admit that? Like, are you trying to have me admit that? Because I will never admit it because it's not true. It's not true.
I'm basically stating as a fact because that's what happened.
Okay.
You videotaped him asking to be let out. You go upstairs.
So what, guys? So what? Like, just, I don't know what you want me to say other than it was not out of maliciousness or intentional. I don't know what or how I can say it. I love George. Love him. To this day still. Love him.
Love makes you do crazy things.
It's not one of those things where it's like, oh gosh, you know what, I've done enough for you at this point. I never gave up on him.
Okay.
Why I'm here today, I'm still not giving up on him. I would do anything for him.
Well, you gave up checking up on him.
I wouldn't let him out of the suitcase.
Oh gosh. Okay.
We're simply just trying to go through. I mean, again, you gave us a completely different story that you churched up to. This was such a laughing matter.
It was fun.
Not by that
All
video.
day.
Not by that video. That
All
part
day.
wasn't. Anybody looking at it doesn't. I don't think anybody would look at that video and go, George is having fun right now.
So why is it you all think that y'all don't know me, you don't know me,
Nope.
would do something like that, especially having a 9-year-old son?
I don't know what
Like,
having
why-
a 9-year-old son would be.
Like,
Why are you so like caught on what we think
Yeah.
when
because
you should be
it's
more
like
concerned about what you've told us,
It's because
and
like, you guys
The
are
fact
like
that George is
trying.
dead.
the things that the video shows that are opposite of what you told us, and then what you've now
Like,
told
what
us
is
here
opposite?
today. Well, you said that it was funny, and you're the only one laughing.
We were playing before that.
Okay.
But then it stops.
Yeah.
It obviously stops being fun.
Well,
Because you're screaming at him. He's
I'm
begging
not
to get
screaming
out.
at him.
Sounds like screaming to me.
I don't know what you all want me to tell you. In no way, shape, or form was this intentional. At all. Ever.
Are you still gonna allow us to do your fingernails?
Go for it.
Go for it. Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna get that set up.
Do you need any more water? No, but when you come back and I ask about this?
Yeah.
So what?
Just don't understand.
So it
I don't
was.
understand how your story changes so much to the fact
How
that
is it changing? Please help me explain. Understand.
You went on about how this was such a playful thing and you guys were laughing, and it probably was for a few minutes, but then it obviously changes. The whole demeanor of this whole situation completely changes. It's not the funny, laughing matter. He's not laughing at all.
I didn't think he was being serious.
You absolutely sound serious.
I
When you're
didn't think
answering
so.
that.
Like, just,
You don't think your voice, you sounded serious?
it's, okay. I don't know what you want me to tell you. It was a great day.
Okay.
It didn't end well, obviously.
I was going to say, it's, I mean,
I can't explain to you. I can't explain to you how horrific it was
okay,
to find him. Horrific. Because I don't remember taking those videos.
okay.
How horrific. I'm thinking he's in the bathroom. I'm thinking he's downstairs in the laptop. I can't find him. So what's going to happen? Like,
Here's what gets me though, is you don't remember taking videos, you don't know where he is, you don't remember him being in the suitcase, and you're still telling me that you had your wits about you.
I
How does
said
somebody have
that
their
too.
wits about them when
See, that's the
they
thing
have all
too.
this
But
stuff?
you can clearly tell. You can clearly tell that I had been drinking some. You can clearly tell.
I had several people that came up to me in that apartment complex said that you were drunk on a daily basis. And
Oh
you were
my
screaming at
gosh.
him
Right.
regularly.
Right.
Really?
Right. Talk to the property
Really?
manager. Talk to the property manager.
Okay.
Because it's not.
These are your neighbors, the one that live next to you. Your property manager does not live next to you. They see you every day. How many?
Oh my
You had two neighbors you
gosh.
went to and asked to go
See,
use the
that is
restroom.
just not
and they said,
fair.
No, hold on. You had two different neighbors that lived directly next to you. You asked to use the restroom, and they told you no and turned you away. You had to go across the way to somebody else.
No, okay. Kim and Kim is not a nice person.
Okay.
She's just automatically not nice. Even after me and Lucas went over there and introduced ourselves, she's just not a nice person.
Then why would you think she would let you use a restroom?
Because Eli was in there. Eli comes over and talks to us sometimes, which I think pisses Kim off because he comes over and talks to us. The two of them, they're like super standoffish all the time. My neighbors down the street, down the way, their toilet was broken. They had stuff in the bathroom. So then they're like, go over there and try over there.
There's two bathrooms.
I
So
would
both
let
are
somebody go
bathrooms?
upstairs and use my personal bathroom. That's what the
Really?
downstairs one is for.
If it's somebody you like, would you? Or somebody you knew?
They're in the process of doing all this stuff in the kitchen, and there's stuff in the bathroom, and the toilet doesn't work. Just walk across the way, no problem. And of course they let me in. Them and them, they're together. They're families. And And nonetheless, if you really want to know, and I hope it doesn't get them in trouble, but he is over here illegally. So he's trying to work on getting his green card.
What does that got to do with you using the restroom?
They didn't want to be involved.
No, I was asking last night, because, we had several different people in the
Assuming
neighborhood
that
come up saying
Eli
that
and
she was
Kim.
drunk on a regular basis.
Eli and Kim. Okay. Did you ask Vinny next door?
Those are the ones next door that she asked to use the restroom, and they said no.
No, she said no.
Okay.
And like I said, she's not a nice person.
They're coming. What are your questions?
Yep.
I can help you out.
Who's coming?
To do the fingernails.
Yeah, you said that we could.
And you don't have to allow us to do it, just so you know. So don't think that it's
I don't have a problem.
Okay. Just make sure.
So, am I getting my phone back?
No.
Not today.
What about Lucas's laptop?
No.
Not today.
What does that mean?
We're still going through everything.
Oh, that's fine.
You're the one just telling us there's videos that we need to see on it, so we need
That's
to
fine.
do our due diligence that we go through everything.
See, and that backfires on me now, too, because now you all think that I had even more, in quotes, intent to do what I did then, which was not intentional.
What's that?
In that. Is that correct?
She's asking about your tag in your hand.
No, but I'm asking if that's correct.
No, I'm not going to
I'm not
agree to
bringing this
anything
up.
that you're saying. I'm not, that you're...
So, his probation officer,
Mm-hmm.
do you all inform her, or do I need to call her?
We don't have to inform her, so if you would like to call her, you can. Are you saying because he's still on probation?
No, but because of the nice lady that she is and all that she's done for him, I didn't know how it was.
Legally, we just have to tell his parents, and we don't go telling.
Everybody else.
I didn't even know who his probation officer was, so no, I wouldn't go tell.
So the same thing for classes. I need to do that too.
Classes. You need to do what?
Substance abuse class and his battery
We can't
intervention.
Yeah, we
Something
don't
else
have
I
to
was
call
going to
him.
ask. So, other than this, so initially, what was the cause of death?
She is still pending because she wants to hold the body for an additional day to see if more of those bruises turn into something bigger. And she's doing some other tests that she's got to do. So she's pending it for now.
So, and that couldn't have been because of him being in the suitcase? Or y'all saying that I physically did it?
That's what she's determining.
So,
The ones on the head, I asked her, could that have been from the suitcase, and she said she didn't think so.
I didn't touch him, nor did he touch me.
Okay.
I'm leaving it at that. So, I don't know if you all know how to do this, because so that's what I was get ready to ask you. So, are you all updating his parents today, or when you get the final whatevers?
What does it matter what we tell his parents? What do you mean?
Because
We're gonna talk with them.
Yeah.
okay,
I have to.
but it's going to come down to me.
What do you mean?
Like, so it's being put on me.
Who said that?
But I'm not, so what is it to tell them?
We're gonna give them an update, just like we gave you an update on their autopsy.
Okay, so it's whatever
Well,
bruise
here's the thing.
whatever on the head.
We had to deliver news to them last night that their son was dead. There's not a whole lot of conversation that goes on after that. It's not a very easy thing
Was
to
it
do.
yesterday or Sunday? Sunday. Today's Tuesday, right?
Did we not meet you yesterday? We met you yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm just asking. Right? Did we not meet yesterday?
It's a valid question.
Really? Yes, on Monday.
Okay.
Got it.
Perfect.
So I don't know if I asked you guys or how I find this out other than talking to his parents, which is not going to happen.
Yeah, probably a terrible idea.
How do you guys suggest me finding out about funeral?
That's not even something that's been probably talked about between the family. That's not something we ask. We have no way of.
I didn't know, that's why I'm asking.
It'd be up to them to make their arrangements of what they want to do. Like she just told you, just being told last night, I'll pretty much be willing to wager that they have not even considered what they're going to do.
My body can't even be released, so.
I've been there with parents, grandparents, and uncles. So I don't know if I have the right to or not, but like I was going to call his former employees whom he really cared for and let them know.
You can call whoever you want.
I just don't want to do something that I'm not supposed to. How do I go about getting his wedding ring, engagement ring?
It's at the medical examiner's office. It'll come to us eventually, and then
It'll be released to the next of kin.
Yeah. Okay.
I bought it for him.
That is a civil issue. It was on his finger, it goes to them, they're the ones that are going to release it. We don't have any say in that.
So I won't get that back. So for all of this, like how do I find out what's what and how many, like what's been found?
What do you mean?
Pillow with stain, swab of stain from pillow, suitcase.
That will all be sent off to
FDLE.
FDLE, Florida Department of Law Enforcement. They do their testing.
So, and then like whatever white can with blood and necktie with blood was from the suitcase.
Correct.
Why would you guys, you'll shoot in there, the baseball bat, for Lucas, and the receipts. And this is just his phone, my phone, and then the laptop.
Yeah, when anything can be released, we will release it, but we are very early in this investigation, and it's not an overnight process, unfortunately.
So, what's next?
They're going to come and swab your fingers.
No, I'm talking about, like, in the long run. Like, what do I need to, like, do I need to be doing something, or, like...
I can't tell you, like, what to do.
I mean, like, so, like, for... Like, I don't understand, like, I don't know if you guys are just gonna, like... Because it makes it sound like, to me, like, I'm being accused of something that was not intentional. I'm being accused of it.
Mm-hmm.
And a handful of other things that I'm being accused of.
Okay.
So I don't want to be at home with Lucas and you guys show up.
Okay.
So...
We're still investigating. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
So, is there going to be concrete whatever it is, and then it's like, okay, this is what it is, kind of thing, or like, because I've done the whole court thing, I've done the whole attorney thing, I've done whatever, so if I'm not admitting anything about being intentional and I killed George, that's not the situation, but it's trying to be pinned on me.
Okay.
That was not my intent. But it's trying to be pinned on me. So however or whatever it is I need to do in order for that to be proven, then I need to do so, which is why I'm trying to get my ducks in a row.
Okay.
So that's why I'm asking what the next step is other than me getting my nails swabbed.
I mean, you want me to tell you how to not be accused of a crime? Is that what you're asking? Like, I don't know what you...
I'm trying to prepare myself for whatever may need to be done so I can, I guess, stick up for myself.
I mean, I think you're doing just fine. You came, you talked.
I just don't want you guys to, again, show up and Lucas is in the house.
Well, we did tell you yesterday that we don't want to do anything around your son, hence why you came to us. So I don't know why you think that's going to change.
That and or me not just show up back home.
I'm sorry, what? That or what?
Me just not show up back home. That's what, he's so happy that I'm staying over at the house with Brian. Like, so happy. And I'm not going back to the house, to my house, for however long I can stay over here because of whatever to blow over.
Mm-hmm.
And again, if you don't mind me asking, so for whatever it is you all are claiming from the videos, which, yeah, it's... Is that what you're going to tell him? Like, his parents? It's like, oh, yeah, and by the way, she did.
Did what?
I mean, what would you tell him?
I don't think it really matters what we're going to tell the parents.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's fuel to the fire.
Well, we can't hide things, and I don't know, I'm not saying we're going to go, I'm not saying that we're going to go and tell them every single thing we have, but again, this is the Orange County Sheriff's Office as public record, so eventually, like, this all will come out.
Mm-hmm.
So, it does, like, I'm not, you're making it sound like we're going to tell them something, so then your life is in danger, and I don't like that accusation. So, let's just nip that in the butt right now.
Well, that's what's going to happen.
I cannot
What are we going to tell them?
But we can't even, but so technically there's no concrete report yet, even.
Right, so
it's,
you want me to, like, tell you exactly what I'm going to tell them. I don't know what I'm going to tell them. I don't know what I'm going to tell them. Let's just leave it at that. Just like you don't know why you went upstairs. I don't know what I'm going to tell them.
So,
Parents that are dealing with
can I call you the way that I did last time?
Yeah, my phone is an open line. Missy should be here. I don't know what she's doing.
I get it. Look, I get it. That looks really bad.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what scares me. Like, what do I need to plan on? Like, what do I need to plan on? I promise you, on my son's life, it was not intentional. I promise you, on Lucas's life, it was not intentional.
I don't know you. I can't say I know anything about you. I don't know what would be a true statement, what would not. I mean, if you're promising on your son's life, that's fine.
That's how much it means.
Sorry.
That's how much it, look, that's how much it means.
Okay.
I hope you take that to heart. Please.
It's documented that you said that, yeah. I get it.
Do you have any idea when I can get my phone back?
What do you think?
I said no telling. I mean, our digital forensics unit is got a lot of cases on their plate. I mean,
Well, and that's not technically my laptop, it's Lucas's laptop. But he plays, you'll see all the games that he has on there.
as soon as we can get that back to Lucas, we will. As soon as we can release your phone, we will. But we have no way of being able to tell you because we don't have control over their caseload and how they arrange what they do. So I don't know. And at this point, I think, honestly, with everything else that's going on, that should probably be at the bottom of your list of worries.
I'm trying to make Lucas happy so he can have his laptop back.
Did Brian not have a laptop for him?
He has his laptop that he has to do for work, that he doesn't want him using it or breaking or dropping. It's not a big deal. There's nothing on the laptop anyway. So you will keep me posted, like updated. Mm-hmm. That's my thing, is I'm trying to figure out what I need to do in the meantime.
I don't know. I can't. Like, I don't know what to tell you though. Like, what?
But you all have more information than I do, where it's, yeah, you might wanna, or yeah, you might wanna.
I'm sorry, what?
Like, we have more information on what?
Like,
We told you everything that we have. You know everything that we know. And most of it we got from you.
but, like I was telling her, like, yeah, that's bad. Like, which I swore my son's life was not intentional. So that's why I'm trying to figure out what I need to do for myself
Okay.
going forward with this, nonetheless, with his family. And are you all just showing up with Lucas in the house?
We've already both told you that we would be mindful of any situations.
So do you guys, I guess you're gonna call me tomorrow? Or do we need to come back down here?
I'll chat with you next time. I have no idea when I'm gonna call you next.
Doesn't the report come out tomorrow?
I'm just saying a report is generated through us, and the sheriff's office is a public entity. So if someone were to come report something, then
No, I'm talking about, his autopsy.
she's waiting and doing our follow-up, but
She's looking at him against him,
yeah.
but she won't be finished with him because she's pending for other stuff.
So after this, what? I'm done? For now? How long does this stuff take to get back? The
Most
FGLE
of that
results?
you won't get back. The swabs and stuff will stay.
They don't know about it?
Our dispatch center keeps calling my phone. I keep having to have other people call them to see what they need.
I hope you all can really both truly understand that that was not my intent. I miss him a lot. No more.
But my question has remained the same. What do you expect to happen to somebody when you leave them in a position like that?
Yes, but you have to understand too,
No, just what would you expect to happen to somebody when you leave them in a position?
I have no idea because I've never done it before.
Why have you ever done it before?
Why would I?
Exactly.
Why would I
did
do it
you?
before?
Why did you do it now?
I clearly have said why. Why?
No, you don't know
Never-
why. You
never-
just know that it's not intentional, but you don't know why. But that's okay.
Really?
I'm not trying to force you to say something that you don't know.
It's feeding and petting.
What was it?
Sorry, I was getting a drink.
The fact that you guys are assuming I'm that kind of person.
We're not assuming anything. We're going by the facts. It happened.
Like you said, you don't know me.
It's August 20, so it's kind of old. See the date on mine. It's probably a couple months old.
in itself for me to have to live with getting him out and doing what I did is punishment enough.
Yeah.
I think that's why I haven't slept. Because that's all I see. So that right there says something.
Huh?
Not my intention.
This was from
Nonetheless, I have to live without him now.
Nonetheless.
So,
Yeah, tragic situation.
I deserve alcohol. And it's unfortunate that stupid things like this happen.
Absolutely.
Nonetheless, I have to live without him.
It's ours too.
Are you trying to make it worse?
Sorry, what?
Are you trying to make it worse?
Make what worse?
How I feel?
Just making different comment.
He is fine. That was there yesterday when she took your photos. So I'm just going to take a swab and go around on one hand and then do separately for your other hand. Okay. Right hand. Okay, Sarah. So, you're not free to go. Okay. Do you promise everything you told us was the truth? Or no? Everything we've talked about today?
Yes. What do you mean?
He asked to swear. Remember how I swore you yesterday on the audio recording? I just forgot, so he raised his hand to remind me to tell you.
Okay.
Do you promise and swear that everything we talked about today has been true and accurate to the best of your knowledge?
For which?
True and accurate to the best of your knowledge.
What, that it wasn't intentional?
Everything you've said today, everything that's come out of your mouth has been true and accurate to the best of your knowledge.
To the best of my knowledge.
Correct. Yes.
Why?
Anytime we talk to somebody, we want to assure that everything that we talked about is
true and accurate to the best of that person's knowledge.
It's not a trick question.
To the best of my knowledge?
To the best of your knowledge.
Everything that you've told us today is true and accurate to the best of your knowledge.
Yes, but it was not intentional.
Okay. Okay.
All right, do me a favor, stand up. I need you to turn around, face the wall. Put your hands behind your back. Do you have anything in your pockets that I should know about?
No.
Okay.
Why is this happening?
Because George is dead.
Not intentionally.
We understand that.
He's still dead.
Well, we don't
Someone needs to call Brian, please.
Okay.
Or can I not make a phone call?
You'll be able to make a phone call and we'll get you down to the jail.
So why is this happening? So this was a trick?
No, it's not a
No,
trick.
not
How
a
was it a
trick.
trick? I'm in here to ask you to explain a few things to us. And
You're right.
your response to everything was basically, I didn't do it.
Intentionally.
Doesn't matter. It's still there. Do me a favor. Have a seat.
Really, guys?
Really.
So if I didn't show up,
Why
Were
was
you
it happening?
Because
Before you all said I could leave.
when
That I was done after that.
we were done, yes, we were done. Absolutely.
So now, so that's what it is,
We were done.
right? Not intentional.
Okay.
So what am I supposed to do now?
You will,
Someone needs to call Brian. Lucas is waiting for Mom to come home. This was not my intention. I thought I was waiting for you all to come and figure out what's what and how many.
that's what we're trying to do.
And I was going to be able to go home and see Lucas. Now he's just not going to have me come home. So there's nothing that I can do.
All right, no.
There's nothing that I can do in order to go home and see Lucas and prepare.
All right, no. You'll be afforded a time in court. You'll be afforded an attorney. You'll be afforded the chance to talk to a judge, and all that stuff will be worked out.
But what's the time frame for that, though?
I have no way of being able to tell you. You should make first appearance probably by tomorrow morning, if not tonight, depending how things are busy, how quickly you get down there.
I had
I
a
don't
sneaking
work in
suspicion
there.
this was going to happen. And I need water, like, really bad, please.
Have a seat.
You all tricked me down here.
Absolutely did not.
I just got those.
Okay. They are not allowed in the jail.
So I can't even smoke cigarettes or go. And what am I supposed to do with my car?
So you find where it is. When you get down there, you'll have 3 phones. You'll be able to call.
What, as soon as possible?
Yeah, once you get down there and get booked in, you'll be able to use a phone in the waiting
How
area.
long will that take? Because I need to talk to Brian.
I don't know, it depends how busy, how quickly they get you through. I would say within the hour. It's a free phone call in the lobby. It's a free phone call.
All I'm doing is bring you there, sign the paper, and I'll do it.
She has no clue.
So can I ask you, or whoever it is, those holding cells, the holding cells, am I going to be put in one of those?
I don't know.
Last time I had a panic attack.
Let them know that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, you're familiar with the big bay. As long as you go in and you act civil to them, they'll set you in the big bay. You'll be left there for
Can
a
you
while.
request that while I'm in?
No, that's not up to us. We don't work at the jail.
As long as like he's saying, is if you don't
If
act
you go
up.
in and act like this, you'll go in and they'll put you in the big bay. If you go in there screaming and kicking and yelling and
How
cursing
would I
at
do
people,
that?
I don't know. I'm just letting you know that's what happens. That's how they weed people out. If you go in acting like this,
So I asked for the big bay?
they'll put you there as long as you're acting like this.
Yeah, because the last time I had a major panic attack in the building.
Change the code.
Good, Shanna.
I have not
So
found
what am I going to do with my purse? Oh, sorry.
The first is gonna come, but the cigarettes and stuff can't, so.
I put the lock out too.
Oh, no, it's all good. Mine are the opposite, so.
I'm scared.
What made you all decide to do this?
Made us decide to do this.
Uh-huh.
George's dad.
You guys, I knew this was going to happen.
You did? Okay.
So I came
Well,
down
we
here
did.
willingly.
Yes, absolutely. We were trying to figure out what's going on. We're still trying to figure out what's going
Unintentionally.
on. Intentional or not, George is dead. You act like when you say unintentionally, that absolves you from everything.
I need to get, I have my, I don't know if it's able to be or not.
I apologize.
I have things in my car that I need to.
But you're.
What kind of stuff do you have in your car that you're worried about?
Well, I have my medication.
Okay, they have a pharmacy there, so if there's something that you have to have right away, you'll be seeing a nurse.
It's panic attack stuff.
Well, again, when you get checked in, you're going to be seeing a nurse, and that they have a pharmacy there, so they'll be able to take care of any kind of that stuff. That protocol is out of my realm. I don't work down there, so I don't know, but I do know that you do have a pharmacy, and that you will be afforded to see somebody. Got it?
Hold on.
Yes, ma'am. I can place that in.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yep.
Okay, so that was interesting from a different angle. I don't know, it was different from a different angle. See, I thought cell phone. I heard that. Looked at those flex on videos. I believe we looked at all of those. And then we have those audio interviews to do. Plus, I don't know if you can see this now. Let me see if it's showing. Oh, it is good. It's showing you this. Okay, you said you wanted to see something about the, see what else we have in these documents. Facebook. What is this talking about? What we do in the shadows. Miss Diane, Brian. This is what she was reading in the jail when she said that they had the search warrant: pillow with stain, swabs of stain from pillow, suitcase, white cap with blood, and necktie with blood, wooden baseball bat, wine bottles from trash, Publix receipts from trash. What is this about? This is I think this is an old report. Let me see here. So this is on June 18th, 2019. Well, this occurred in February of 2020 at approximately 7:21 hours. IDS Strawn responded to 4748 France Lane, apartment number 3, in response to a credit card fraud, later determined to be a violation of pre-trial release conditions for domestic violence battery. When I arrived on scene, I met with Sarah Boone, the victim. who stated the following: Sarah and George Torres Jr., the defendant, have been living together at the above address and have been in a physically intimate relationship for approximately 2.5 years. Sarah has gotten into a fight with George on June 15th, 2019, which resulted in George being arrested for battery, domestic violence. George was released on July 16, 2019 with pretrial release conditions from the Honorable Judge Maureen A. Bell. Part of those conditions stipulated that George have no form of contact with Sarah. On June 18, 2019, George went to Sarah's residence and made contact with her. Sarah stated she did not invite him to her residence, but she did not deny him access in. While Sarah was upstairs with a friend, Sarah stated that George took a credit card of hers and left the residence. During that time that George and Sarah have been together, George has used her credit cards on multiple occasions, and Sarah has allowed him to. Sarah uttered to me the fact that George was on a pretrial release conditions for battery. When I questioned her about the conditions included, she told me he was not to have any form of contact with her while the battery case was active. I inquired with her about her letting George contact her and be at her residence. At this point, Sarah became uncooperative with my investigation because she did not want George to be arrested. Sarah refused to provide me with a sworn written statement. I attempted to locate George at both his parents' residence and his place of work, Ace Hardware store. Let's see. He was not at either location. Later on June 18th, 2019, at approximately 13:22 hours, I was dispatched to, again, that apartment, number 3, in reference to a verbal argument. When I arrived, I met with Sarah, who told me that George had returned to the residence and was currently inside. I made contact with George, who stated that he wanted to see Sarah in reference to events earlier. He said he knew he was on pretrial release conditions and that he was not supposed to be in contact with Sarah. I arrested George for violating his pretrial release conditions. George was secured in handcuffs, checked for proper fit, and double locked. I placed George in the rear prisoner transport section of my vehicle. He was transported to BRC without incident. A copy of the no contact order was uploaded into DateWorks. My BWC was active during this incident. It's body-worn camera. And then there's another domestic issue here. So we'll have to go through the rest of this tomorrow because I'm like falling asleep. And just cannot keep my eyes open any longer. So I am going to bid you all, whoa, what happened? Hold on a minute. There we go. So I'm going to bid you all good night. Thank you guys so much for coming in. We'll go over this more tomorrow. To be donated, they had blood on it in the suitcase. Well, they would have blood on him in the suitcase probably because of what happened there. But I don't know. We'll figure it out, Nicole. So tired. Anyway. Good night, everybody.